King, and if a hero does get caught, you buy a shard, you throw it on them, you're preventing that only form of initiation. So MonaspA's last pick, I think, needs to cushion this a little bit to help them out, because Nigma will be very comfortable with the lineup they have right now.
Yeah, going all in with a DK Mirana into Shadow Demon just seems bad to me. I'm not a fan of that.
That's also true. Yeah, that's another save. Yeah.
Literally just, oh wow,
King,
you've been
and
stunned.
if a hero does get caught, you buy a
circle,
shard, you throw it on them, you're preventing.
Yeah, I hate that. But it's I guess you can look at what else it provides though, right? It's like you have the ability to push and take towers with DK early. You have the ability to abuse Moonlight Shadow, to hunt and find heroes on the map, which is maybe why I would like to see some more either like burst damage or jump on their final pick on MonaspA, so that DK's not fully reliant on hitting some stun into arrow.
Yeah, bring back the Tinker. No,
bring back the, don't do that.
I mean, so like, MonaspA is a team that would play it. They already have Undying Tombstone pretty good, some DK off lane, you sacrifice it a little bit. The supports don't like playing into it. Sure, Slark Ags is pretty good, Beastmaster Hawk's pretty good, but it's a best of one. You have enough tools to enable it. There isn't the best tower damage from Nigma. Like, sure, Beastmaster will be that, but if he gets shut down from Undying Sniper, it won't come online early enough. Like, I could see MonaspA being bold enough to do it. They've done it before on pick 23.
Yeah.
Do I want to see it? Probably not. I think there's still one more pick down the line to counter it. But I wouldn't be surprised if MonaspA was to do something as crazy as that.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm thinking now. I just wouldn't mind seeing something really boring, like something that buys the Greaves and the Orions, and then you just have a lineup where Sniper's able to feel safe, comforted by like some melee offlaner with Greaves, a DK, and an Undying Soul Rip, and then they can just push towers. You know, even a Coddle actually, more like go even more into healing, so the Sniper's just unkillable.
I don't know how you feel, but maybe an
Bunny
as well. I don't know if it is really played by Skylark on MonaspA, or how he really fares into some of the heroes on Nigma Galaxy.
Ani თორე ხა მეც რო დამეტოს არ დავკარგო რა, ასიკა გამომწე.
Trying to think of what the Skylark hero would be if they were to Not a lot. I mean, you could technically just do some if you really wanted to. And then it's just like a Black Hole Slark at late portion of the game to protect Sniper through the aggressive spell usage. You don't really care about the Slark lane. Like, I could see Enigma being an option.
That could work, yeah. I'm just like, at this point I think it's too hard for them to sort of like jump on a DK target. They get stunned. Like there's no hero that really covers everything they're missing. So I'd rather they just like bolster their strengths of like, let's make Sniper. I guess that dooming a hero makes them not able to harm your Sniper win condition, yeah.
Oh, instant pick Leshrac.
Oof.
Alright, Doom, Lesh, last picks are there. How you guys liking the looks of these two lineups? T, that's not a...
არ ვიცი. შეიძლება.
I prefer Nigma's lineup. It's very aggressive. Oh.
Here we go, yes. I'm so glad we didn't try and play. Don't have that face. We've already seen a MonaspA win this tour. We've seen it. He hasn't played carry that many times, so I actually think an Amar carry success rate right now is through the roof into us too.
I feel like I've also watched him feed his brains out on Slark.
Yeah, it was actually with a Leshrac in the mid lane as
well. Oh, კაი პიკი აქვს. ძლივს ნორმალური პიკი გააძლევს MonaspA.
Yeah.
And Slark was uber aggressive.
I see.
But this is the game for it. This is his bounce back. This is the comeback potential.
Yeah, we're on the up and up.
Really good draft. He's on the up and up. I like the Leshrac pick overall. I like the draft overall from Nigma.
True.
Sure, Doom's going to be pretty useful, but I think the Sniper, there isn't enough protection for him that some Blink, Leshrac, some Slark on top of him, Beastmaster Vision will be overwhelming.
Okay.
I prefer Nigma's lineup. MonaspA are underdogs.
I agree.
Nigma. Well, look, we're going to be jumping into game one. Before we do, though, esportsbet.io, they are our sponsor. If you guys didn't know, they have their new watch to earn platform where you guys can get 3,000 per hour. All you have to do is head on over to esportsbet.io and sign up, start watching there, and you don't even need to bet to get those tokens. But for now, it is game one. It is Nigma Galaxy up against MonaspA in this three-way best-of-one tiebreaker. Is ready. It's OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Nat. Yes, it's all going to get very exciting now in these best of ones. Nigma Galaxy up against MonaspA. Both teams doing their best to fight to hold on to the spot here in Division 1. Fog, two lineups going into this one. If you're one of these teams in the best of one, who's kind of got the more secure draft? Who do you kind of feel safer playing behind here?
Well, one's going to be able to transition into this super late game with like this sniper doom. So I would say like for that, MonaspA look comfortable if they can get to those later portions. But I like Nigma's aggression. I got to be honest. Sumail playing one of his absolutely most iconic heroes, his last strike.
ეგრევე გამოაჩინა ქერი, ხედავ? მეორე დაფიქეს სნაიპერი.
Sumail is actually the real carry as this slash. But let's see if we can get to the heroes. That's one thing that could be a little problematic is getting on top of the sniper. Until they have that itemization, be it some like agonyms for the snap or something like that, or the Slark just jumping in and finding him with Beastmaster.
Sure.
Let's see. This
Sniper ქერიზე
I'm
მაგარია.
hoping we get something super exciting because we just got to see that last series and it was super hype. So I really hope that these best of ones live up to that.
Yeah, I mean we've had some crazy games of Dota 2 all today. If you've been watching, you'll understand. We've had a right treat of a display of fantastic play from all the teams. Really, we've got the pleasure to witness. And now let's hope that's continued here with Nigma Galaxy versus MonaspA. As I say, you know, both teams are going to be doing their best to hold on to the spot here in Division 1.
If I'm not mistaken, every series today has gone the distance. I mean, these of course are best of ones, but there's definitely potential for this to even go the distance of a best of one where we could have that super late game with this sniper and stuff like that. So,
because when it is a best of one, right, it's highly likely that we're going to see teams get into a position where they'll have a lead and they're going to be so careful because nobody wants to
ეგეთი რაღაცები მარტო ორ კაში ხდება და ერთ კაში. თორე სნაიპერი რო გაფარმოს, რავი, PK-ების იყიდის, შარტსაც იყიდის, პაიკი და დიფენსივ აიტემები ექნება. просто ერთი Beastmaster-ის ulti გადის მაგის PK-ებში.
So yeah, it's interesting to see that GH still really does like to play this.
Seeing some of the lane
Shadow Demon რამდენი ხანი არ მინახია.
in terms of the laning phase, who's
Prostinus.
feeling in the stronger spot?
Let's see. Honestly, it's kind of even across. Whoa. Whoa. What the heck?
That's my password.
What the whoopsie. Well,
Okay.
Top is always, I mean, we'll see. Top's a bit of a struggle always since they counterpick the Beastmaster heavily. They have the Undying, they have the Sniper. That's probably the hardest one, I would say, for Nigma. The other two
Midlane-ი ძალიან მკვდარი იქნება. Support-ებმა თუ არ ეხმარეს, მაგარი მკვდარი იქნება.
Yeah.
DK ვერ მოკლავს და ვერც ლეშლაკი ვერ მოკლავს.
I haven't seen these DKs just win most matchups or come out just complete dead even.
Yeah, solid hero, nice easy attack animation, good damage. You'll get a few denies in the matchup, or at least you should be able to.
GH playing very aggressive with these illusions. I'm looking forward to see what he's gonna, how he's gonna skill and everything too. There's an ability, of course, that most people just don't even know how it really works on the Shadow Demon. The Disseminate, yes.
And what does it do? Explain it.
It's kind of like a Blade Mail Fatal Bonds kind of style ability.
პირველით დაიწყო ნახ Shadow Demon.
To focus fire a target and get that big burst damage, or you can use a defensive target to kind of protect them. It's cool. It's a really interesting ability.
Something that comes into play later in the game, or you're playing with it in the lane? You're getting points early.
You usually wait later, way later. Unfortunately, it costs 100 mana at all levels, and the cast range, especially at early, is 700. So not really something you want to play around. So yeah, it's usually just Shadow Poison.
ორი ლეველზე უკვე ძალიან გამაღზიანებელია.
Spam really up top. GH with the Shadow Poison, and of course Spartan hitting back with decays. Definitely a lane that you want to be getting the sticks nice and early.
Yeah, let's see if they are actually getting it, because I don't see the side of Nigma actually going for sticks. MonaspA already started with them to be able to deal with that spam.
And then, of course, yeah, down on the.
აუყავის მოტანა დამავიწდა, აი მე გამიცივდა.
For MonaspA getting the Doom for Skylark, he had a lot of his kind of more frequent picks taken away, right? The offlane pool was pretty small by the end of the draft.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely very good versus the Slark. There are, of course, going to be ways to save, and we've seen the incredible plays with some of these 4 stabs from some teams, so maybe there is going to be some potential of that. But right now, I mean, Skylark, he's actually doing very well. 11 and 4, he has this annoying frost attack creep that's actually putting some pressure onto Amar.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's the cosmetics, because he is looking beautiful today. Look at
really
these.
nice.
What is it? Some sort of like Hydra heads or something? It's fantastic.
I've never seen that set.
Yeah.
He's fully decked out. The guitar, we see all the time, but yeah, the snakes are beautiful.
All top lane. GH, the zombies
Look
are
at
getting him.
There's bloody
He's
bicho.
going to be able to buy some time here, but the zombies will still be there. Spartan will get first blood in the top lane.
He's been pushing the limits up top on GH, playing super aggressive. We see the last hits already reflecting that a bit here. Only 9 and 4 on Nande, but this time he steps up a little bit too far. How much regen do they have down bottom? Amar is just sitting very low. He just constantly is getting poked. Honestly, it's working out pretty nicely.
He's got a few one charges, and he's currently chomping on a tango.
ამის მერე ვითამაშოთ 1-2. სამი დღე არ მითამაშია.
Yeah, Sumail is having a bit of that edge versus the DK. So not this time around. As we were mentioning, the DKs tend to have that beautiful matchup. Sumail, he knows what he's doing.
On top lane.
Nande.
Trying to go on Nande.
He's deep.
He's trying to stand his ground against Mike, but there's a quick wave coming in. Nande's got to be careful.
Really?
I'll take Nande down. We'll see if Spartan can take him mind control in return. He cannot. He'll get a board, but yeah, Nande caught out a little too far out on the lane.
I like that he's actually going for the board levels rather than just going for straight max axes and stuff like that. Sure, we'll see like the stacks and stuff come into play later on, but very aggressive, especially when you hit level 3. The level 2 board is super potent, and same thing with level 2 shadow poison.
Nande's got to be a bit more careful. I mean, out of the course so far, he's definitely having the slowest start.
არა და სოლოზე ვითამაშ.
And he's got
15 win streak-ი max edizet.
I mean, they literally picked this to counter the Beastmaster, and so far, Nigma doing an excellent job up here. Looks like my control will have to take... Okay, he's got a salve, actually, so we'll be able to stick around. I thought he was going to go back to base. That would have hurt.
Bottom lane.
Mar.
Trying to get in onto the slot, but the cookie's there from Kuro.
They're applying a ton of pressure to him. How much... I mean, again, they're out of regen. They have one more salve on Kuroki, but he's gone through all of his tangos just to keep Amar safe here. And Amar going for, honestly, the build that you like, Owen, or the build that you used to like. He has 2 points in passive. No points in dark path.
You're against the melee, you want to be punching. See Kuro get chased out of the lane here. Skylark and Desire, they'll find him. We'll try for a deny to the neutrals, but not quite able to aggro them in time. But yeah, very much taking that second point. I mean, it's what, 15 seconds up to 30 seconds? No, 20 seconds up to 40 seconds.
40 now. It got buffed.
It feels really nice for the lane, but it can have the tendency to feel kind of bad if you're not actually able to kind of get
Netcourse გადარჩეთ რა დროა
where you're standing your ground against the Doom. So we'll see how much he's able to actually battle in the lane.
Spartan does juke the poison. One more and he might go down with a set of axes. Let's juke again. Close, but no cigar.
I mean, it really was, yeah. Let's just say if they were able to get up to a 4th on their GH, they may have just had him in the mid lane.
Sumail getting incredibly aggressive.
Super aggressive. He's going to force the TP, but it will get cancelled in. In fact, Sumail's going to be able to turn. Kuro comes in with a cookie. And with that +1, Sumail, he's able to take down
Dragonite's kill-მა გატეხა
მაგრამ around the power rune, it's the catapult wave as well too. Tower taking significant damage, and he popped the DK form.
I mean, Sumail, top of the net worth right now, very much winning that lane. He picks up a haste rune as well. Definitely a high likelihood that he'll be able to get something done with that. Or at the same time, he's now very difficult to be ganked in this mid. Having the reliability, the haste to get away. Top lane, mind control, hitting these axes, taking down.
სადმია წიაღმერთო.
Got a couple of lanes, well, it's kind of the top and the middle that Nigma Galaxy is going to be feeling pretty happy with.
And Amar is still pretty well.
He's getting the creeps. He's not, getting completely zoned out at the bottom lane.
Nope.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's a close start overall 3 for 2.
მეორესაც გავსტრიმავ რა პრობლემა.
We have seen Skylark, he's just queuing up the Midas, so it's not going to be the Meteor Hammer this time around.
Alright, doing it old school. I can appreciate that.
Yep.
None of this new Meteor stuff.
Pride maybe doesn't want to go too greedy. We have seen a couple of times it backfires if you do have too much greed on your draft, so maybe wanted to have a little bit better of a faster timing and stuff like that and apply more pressure.
See over in the mid. Spartan, he is going to lay down the tombstone. Sumail, of course, with that haste rune pops, he's going to be able to run away from it. In fact, he's going to try and turn this as well into a play top. He's going straight for the top lane.
He could be in trouble. He looks pretty dead.
I think so. I mean, Sumail.
ვეღარ გადარჩება სნაიპერი სამწუხაროდ.
With these plays, the aggression in the mid.
Tasty ქონდა უნდა მიმხდარიყო ეხლა რომ იქ ავიდოდა უეჭვე თან ანტაიგმა ვიჟენი მისამიძე რომ მივიდა.
There was no help coming in for Nande.
A fantastic start from there. Even going to get the D ward here too, so Spartan immediately loses that. And they already have stacks prepared, so either for the beast or the lash to enable him on time.
არა ეს გონი ბოერთი არის.
Since Sumail did leave for a second, is going to poke tower. They're even bringing Desire over, so it's a 1v1 in the bottom lane with this.
It's kind of scary though. If they get any sort of setup, I mean, Sumail and GH, they've got pretty good kill potential, especially with Kuroki here as well. They're going to get the setup here. Sumail, he's got the follow-up stun. They're going to try and go for Wish. Cookie him to Kuro. So they've got the damage to bring Wish down. Spartan, he's also going to fall. See what Skylark can do in return. He's going to drop down the Doom on GH. Which will of course get him the kill.
ეს სწორად დაადო იმას, რა ხო შეეძლო იმაზეს დაედო სნეპსე, მაგრამ ის გადაარჩენდა მერე მაგას.
They will get the clean up. Skylark gets the double kill. See Desire with the leaps as he'll try and escape.
ეგარი გამოცდილება მეტი არაფერი.
He's not going to continue to chase, so Desire will also get out of there. We're seeing the action already speed up here with some
არ სამი ქილი წამოიყრეს მაინც ჩვენიერი.
For Nigma Galaxy there in that play, right? We had the 2 heroes going down on MonaspA, and Sumail survived. But when he goes down, Skylark just sees the opening to just charge in, and MonaspA, they're able to get some kills in return, some pretty good ones, but straight back in action. Nigma Galaxy, they're sending Sumail up to the top lane. I mean, it's just go here for Nigma Galaxy. They want to try and get Sumail super hyperactive really here. 8 minutes in, they'll take out Spartan. And have to set up onto Nande, but Nande's
midi. Sumaili. Aegre, bicho.
Oh, and he just TP'd.
Sada iranelebis sablataო. Iraneli არა, თუ რა პაკისტანელი.
That's not going to feel good giving his life away there to the enemy carry. Nande walking away with a smile.
Oh boy, and mid lane also Wish with Sumail being dead. Sumail no TP. He's going to perhaps be able to get some pressure onto here too. MC, he's in the mid lane. Bit of an awkward place for him to be. The bottom lane though, it has been now opened up completely for Amar, so he is getting that free farm. But Skylark, he's got his Midas done. Even after that early aggressive move mid, he still has a very good timing on it.
Yeah, I mean, getting in on the mid, getting involved in those 2 kills, it did him well. Yeah, top net worth, and as you say with the Midas out, he's going to stay there for the foreseeable future.
And
they're ready to go again. They want to fight here. The 2 supports here backing up Wish, Spartan and Desire. They're looking to go.
Aura smoke igate არა მოხდა. Easy.
Take him down. The burst is there. Even having Nande around to throw in and assassinate. The team play stepping up here from MonaspA.
Are they going to be able to contest the stack? It is a humongous stack on the hard camp.
What, just 10 minutes in, and how many creeps is this?
It's like a 5 or 6 stack going on right here.
Well, they don't have any vision up in MonaspA, so they won't be aware of this. And Sumail, he is going to
am სტაკებზე ინფორმაცია აქვს, ეხლა რატო აძლევენ?
Should safely be able to take this huge amount of
observer მოხსნა წერან shadow
themselves without any interruption from MonaspA.
Yeah, you know what? Like Mind Control's death looks maybe a little weird, but perhaps he saved the stacks, right? Because he's walking toward the rune top as they're walking into the triangle. So honestly, that death maybe doesn't feel so bad for MC that Sumail's able to secure all that.
Yeah, and Amar, as you say, is definitely happy with the space that he's getting bottom. He can work on that diffusal blade.
Okay.
We'll see what Monaspa's next move is going to be. What they're looking towards. Wish, of course, trying to get the Blink Dagger online. Interesting to see very much a team that's, they're not about the Meteor Hammers. This DK, this Doom, they don't want to do that. They want to do what they know is kind of tried and tested from before. Midas into BKB for the Doom, and I imagine some sort of Blink into BKB is the plan for Wish.
They want to fight back. I think they know that Nigma's going to try to play a bit faster with their draft, just try to pressure things, so I think they're trying to itemize a little bit earlier just to deal with that as GH. We have a follow catch Spartan. He's going to get purged up.
And he's going to lay down the tombstone. I mean, Desire is coming from the side here, trying to block GH off, and Assassinate's going to be flying over. It's not quite enough to bring GH down. Kuro with the cookie gets GH back to the safety of the high ground.
I mean, but Spartan's fine. Perfectly fine. Super tanky on this Undying, and they will clean up the stack.
Yeah, Nande on track to get a good timing as well with his Maelstrom.
Important to be able to block any of those type of ganks. I mean, they use an SD ult.
Snapis ultis sashishia ძალიან.
SD ult this game, he doesn't really have the best purge targets. Yes, versus the Doom.
Shadow ჩასვავს Snapit დაუშვებს სადღაც ბაზიდან ესვრის ხოლმე.
Of course, it's going to be
easy combo.
DK, but using the spell on a sniper, it's usually very good versus those melee carries. So it will be maybe a bit difficult for GH to pick and choose his targets. But GH, as we've noticed before, just all about the stacks this game.
Yeah. He's making sure that there's going to be so much here for his team to clean up. And top lane Mind Control, he'll be able to take out Spartan and now start applying suppression to the tier 1 here, which MonaspA, they may not feel too interested in trying to defend.
It was Kisses that they used there to get the kill.
So set up with the Demonic Purge, trying to close the gap with the cookie on the
Mirana
illusion.
გადარჩება ლიპის ხარჯზე.
He's more than fine, still got an extra leap to play with. But MonaspA, they are having to sort of vacate this top area of the map now.
But they're making their own aggressive move. Wish. He makes the rotation bottom. This is pretty much going to finish up his Blink Dagger. So
წამიანისთან აქვს Beastmasters 3 levels.
This should be a very kill-hungry game from both sides.
Yeah.
8 to 7 teams kills 12 minutes.
Yeah, especially sort of what the 4 of them on each side. We might see sort of Nande sit back a bit and Amar sit back a bit whilst they hit the creeps, at least get that first major item online for themselves. Maybe the second one, then they'll get involved. But yeah, outside of that, everybody else, they're down to brawl this game.
I think Amar, I mean, with the way that he's building, right, that tells me that he's going to look to play a bit more aggressively.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Well, gets defusal, and then he's in. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's got, as you said, some save at least. There's going to be GH.
Maelstromი აქვს უკვე ჩვენი ერია. Blink-ი აქვს, დეკას.
Even just sort of Kuro getting a
Undying-ი არაფერი.
He gets in a bit too deep.
But it feels like he does have to probably make those aggressive moves as soon as he have it, because him not
Mirana
build, that means he's not going to be that like super farmed Slark early
on
unless he gets some kind of kills.
BKB albათ.
So we'll see where he goes.
Going to be able to look for Kuro here in the mid lane. Arrow won't connect, but looks like it won't be necessary. Assassinate's coming in. Nande able to snipe Kuro, get the pressure onto the tier 1 tower.
They're playing fast.
Yeah, they should be able to take this tower down. Skylark at the same time headed
ეგრევე BKB-ზე მეტის დუმი.
find an opportunity to catch Amar, but
და თითქმის აქვს კიდევაც.
this mid tower going down. Should be more money here for Nande. Making good progress here as the sniper. 2k lead at the moment now for MonaspA.
Skylark is huge already at this point in the game too. He pretty much has BKB done. 8,200 net worth. He's had a beautiful performance so far in this Doom. And getting involved too. It's not like he's just sitting back and farming.
No, absolutely, yeah. 3-0-1.
Impressive
And,
stuff.
yeah, definitely. I mean, what feels like one of the quicker Midas BKBs that we've seen because of how many Dooms nowadays are opting for the Meteor Hammer, then the Midas, then the BKB. But yeah, going straight for the Midas into BKB is going to get this online for a fantastic time for Skylark. And it's going to be tough for Nigma Galaxy to deal with when he comes charging at them. Highly likely he finds a Doom target each time in the fight.
Who's he going to Doom though, right? He definitely wants to go for the Slark in most situations, but as we were mentioning, like Sumail, he's probably going to become that carry that maybe needs a little bit more attention. So he might be actually forced to go for Sumail in most of the fights.
Yeah, there's definitely a high chance, especially considering the speed at which his BKB is coming out.
ერთი სმოუკი შემოგთავაზეთ ახლა რა. აჰა, ამათმა გააკეთეს.
Nigma Galaxy, their cause
არა იქვინ არის, არავინ არა.
to be able to survive through the Doom. They, you know, if he gets in on top of them, can commit with the BKB, good luck getting away from him.
Absolutely. Aggressive moves. Nigma, they've got a bit of a timing here. They have every ult available. How long on Demonic Purge is up, sorry. I thought it was not because the green indicator is not showing for some reason, but everything is up.
ეს სმოუკი გატყდა სავარაუდოდ.
So it looks like for them, they're ready.
ეხლა MonaspA გააკეთებს უეჭველი.
They're ready to fight all the time. Blink early on the DK, the Doom has his BKB, and they're protecting Nande. They're playing in between the positioning where they would expect any type of smoke rotation to come to that sniper. Scan will catch all of them.
Nande farmავს.
Nigma. I know what to expect from MonaspA.
They really want to try to find some aggressive plays coming out here. Because MonaspA, they are getting to sit back and farm as a sniper, which could be scary.
Desire playing nicely to the edge of the lane, though not stepping anywhere near the stairs. He's going to get a little closer to Sumail, but no sort of positioning for a disruption setup available at this moment in time from GH.
I mean, a very different...
Dropped the dust, but yeah, Desire, he's making sure that he cannot get caught here.
Very different build coming up from Amar. He is going for just the straight Lincolns into the Doom. Okay.
Opa.
Wish.
Dark Pact.
Gonna have the defensive disruption. Smell steps forward, sends out a lightning bolt. See if Nigma Galaxy want to fight this. They're looking towards Spartan. The kisses are coming out. Spartan stepping it off.
აუ რა საშინელებაა სნიპის ულტი. ვიღაცამ თუ არ გაუხტიშა საშინელებაა.
Peeping away at Kuro. Assassinate flying in as well. The BKB's out, but the Raw's there from mind control. Holds back Skylark for now. He's getting in on top of the sniper. Sumail's a problem. He's full HP and he's doing the damage, and Nande can't live through it. Sumail.
The Doom is thrown out, but he's fine.
I mean, yeah, and Sumail's just going to be able to chase him out. They couldn't deal with Sumail in that situation. They had no clear entrance to the fight on top of the Lesh. Sumail, it pretty much just stays at full HP. And yeah, just...
ანუ ვიჟენი არ ქონათ ისე ახტა დეკა და ისე გასტანა სლარკი, მაგრამ
good luck getting away from it.
ყველა უკან იდგა ვაფშე.
They're going to start knowing that it's Sumail who's the carry.
Yeah, you got to deal with Sumail. It's a huge problem for MonaspA right now.
Thing is too is they walked up into
აი აქ ახტა სლარკი გასტანა.
There's a lot of saves that are going to be coming out from Nigma. They don't even have the depth shroud yet for the Slark, but another potential that can come out there. The disruption, it did work. It stopped any initial go. And yeah, the Doom, he goes a little too far and maybe bakes his teammates.
They put the drums, they're going to see if they can get in onto Spartan. They get the cookie onto the ball.
Uh-oh.
And Spartan's gone.
Huge kills.
They're speeding it up in Nigma Galaxy. They're taking away that little bit of a lead that MonaspA had.
And this is, I mean, Doom is on cooldown for 90 seconds now at this point too, so it's a big timing here that Nigma's taking advantage of here. And yeah, Mar, I was pointing out, he's going for the Lincolns, so of course a way to deal with the Doom and also the instant jump from the DK, but not something we see too often on these.
რატო ხარ პესიმისტურა? High ground-ზე გაუჭირდებათ. სნაიპერთან რთული არის.
I'm cool with it.
It's a good build. It feels nice as well to be able to play with the regen that like the Lincolns gives you as well. You know, you're constantly just out the map. You always have the mana to play with.
And you can use it on allies. Like he could actually just like throw it onto Sumail, and then it's a Sumail.
თან კაი აიტემი დაუგდო, გროუპ დაუგდო, ეხა სნაიპერს.
And you better put that on me. We'll see if he does put it on Sumail in the fights, because could be some cute plays to make with that.
Yep. And now we're gonna look to see. Yeah, Sumail. I thought he was gonna wait a little bit longer, but the blinks are gonna start getting queued up. The ways to close the gap onto this sniper. And Nande, since he went for the greedy Maelstrom, isn't gonna have that Hurricane Pike super early, and I don't think they're going to have any
ლეშლაკი ჩანსია უკვე
to protect them with that early blink if it comes up.
ბლინკის ექნება ერთ 2 წუთში.
Nigma Galaxy, they've pretty much taken full control of MonaspA's jungle.
They feel good.
He's going to start poking at Skylark.
Getting stacks built up.
Yeah, he doesn't want to push it too far there, Amar.
But he forces a Moonlight. And they still have the position advantage here on the side of Nigma.
ანუ first up-ები უნდათ რა, ორი first up-ი მაინც უნდათ მინიმუმ. და სნაიპერის ბაიკი. მირანა და ანტაიგმა რო იყიდოს, first up-ი იდეალური იქნება.
Way scarier. And oh my goodness, that's a full mech for Kuroki. Okay. He was saving up like 1,800 gold. He just brings a full mech now for the next fight too. So they're super strong. Yeah, they're going to look to hunt.
Absolutely. They know that with the way that they position themselves inside MonaspA's jungle, that MonaspA, the only place that they have to go, it's over to Nigma Galaxy's jungle. So Nigma Galaxy, they're going to sweep back over there with the smoke and see who they can find.
Might just find a support here. Spartan's already bailing. And Desire, he's still's got one more leap.
Amar trying to close the gap to get him with the defusal slow, but indeed that last leap from Desire should keep him safe enough. Wish also able to TP out, so a good avoidance there of the move that Nigma Galaxy were trying to make. MonaspA, they don't lose anyone.
Yeah, they actually completely skitter away. Okay, very nice. Nigma though, gonna continue looking. They're hunting. They feel strong. They know they need to keep up tempo to be able to pressure this Doom, this Sniper, this greedier draft that's coming out from MonaspA. Going for aggressive wards. MC finds a better creep. Doesn't want to use the Ancient Night Shaman. Who are they going to find?
He's going to put the dragon.
Ai, Smokey.
Really want to try and fight here, MonaspA. See if they can catch Nigma Galaxy whilst they're a little bit split up.
Can they get on Sumail is the question.
Will be the big catch. Skylark
tries, but he's far.
He is.
ეს რომ მოგდეს კაია.
Kuro won't be able to save him, so they get something MonaspA, but definitely
not
the big kills they were hoping for.
Do they get the D ward? Spartan, yeah, he's switching in the sentry, so we'll be able to get the D ward as well. But that's a DK form popped. Not able to get that big snag onto the Lesh.
Yeah, they were close, but somehow just a little too speedy.
And now
Skylark couldn't quite close the distance.
And now he does have that blink dagger, so he can go for positioning. And GH, he's going to be able to respawn in a moment, and maybe we see Nigma again look for some type of play themselves.
BKB, our დაამთავრა wishva.
Is the Hurricane Pike now finished? It is. Okay, so Nande has at least some way to protect himself, break the pounce, etc. if they do get right on top of him. Still very fragile. They are trying to pump him up with tomes. It's all about the sniper for the side of MonaspA. Sumail.
Roshan's very mukalawan.
Scouted out with the arrow. Desire sent out, so again another situation in which MonaspA, at least with the hero, shouldn't get caught. Nothing to stop Nigma Galaxy from taking this outpost once again, and maybe considering Roche. I don't know if they'll want to do it. It's not super easy for them. They're going to go for it.
They do kill it pretty fast with Beast Aura and with like the Edict and everything. They do have a ton of damage on Nigma.
True, and they got the little
zombie win antaingi.
You're right.
Antaingis piki ძალიან კაია ჩემი აზრით. უბრალოდ აქტიურად აკონტროლებენ tombstones. მირანა მოკვდა. ანუ სნეპი ეგრევე ანალოგურებს tombstones, რა მაგიტომ იღებენ ძირითადად. Antaingis-ო დაინახავ ეგრევე სნეპი უნდა დაუფიქო. მაგრამ ვერ ჩხუბობს სნაიპერით, ძალიან სქვიშია.
We'll see if he's got time to sort of take that and then rejoin the squad around the Roche pit. He's starting to TP now.
And Sumail is actually starting the fight with half HP,
I mean, as I say, they just don't do Roshan quite quick enough.
Yeah.
It's not slow, but it's not fast.
Scared to full commit, it felt like there. And now, Skylark. Do they get the jump on Amar?
Oui, shechtis. Strani.
Drop the stun onto Amar, but Amar's already coming with the shadow dance. Kisses
coming. Snapis ulti. Es უნდა იცილონ უეჭველი.
Try and heal it up. The tombstone will still.
So აღარ არის შენი tombstone.
Kisses and tombstone, two very important spells.
Desire and Wish, they're still trying to wrap around from the side. Nigma Galaxy keeping their distance, making sure that neither Wish or Skylark can get the jump on them for now.
The Roche is sitting pretty damn low, and it's at 3,000 HP right now. Vision was taken over, though, from MonaspA in this area. Still a sentry ward on the low ground. Nigma playing very patient here.
Demoni ერთ-ერთი ძლიერი საპორტი არის ჩემი აზრით.
Next item, just for that extra save and extra ways to be able to come into fights.
Amar wants to lead the way.
He's going to be able to tell where the vision is immediately.
Be a little careful. I mean, 10 seconds until the ult's up. Doesn't want to get caught before that.
Charging in.
Skylark. He's going to try and jump it again. Not quite finding the Doom target.
Am damage არ შეესწით ვაფშე, ნახე.
He's going to have the Linkers thrown up onto him, but the Linkers is going to get popped. They turn with the Roar, holding back the Doom. And the disruptions there, they're trying their best.
Ai mesat გადაარჩინა. მოკდა.
They'll lose some ale.
Давай, снэпი ჩენია, ვიშ. ნანდე. დუმიადებს. Opa.
MonaspA. They strike back, they take out the three of them, and the oh my goodness, my
ერუსადაც და
that was a close one.
Straight into pit, a bit over aggressive.
ანუ ხა ძალიან კაი პოზიციაში იყვნენ რა.
They just double pop BKBs and Sumail. Yeah, you've got
დამდე ძალიან კაი პოზიციაში იყო ფაითისთვის.
I mean, a bit of an awkward start really in that fight from Nigma Galaxy, and I've got to say as well, great composure really from Skylark in the way that he held back the Doom, right? Yeah, it wasn't
ლეიჩი მოუგებენ ძალიან მარტივად ჩემი აზრით. MonaspA მოუგებს ძალიან მარტივად ლეიჩი.
He's got it ready to ensure that they don't just get some mail, but they also get Amar.
They did a good job of just controlling vision too, right? They had that ward down, they're playing around it perfectly, and they're just waiting for Nigma to overextend into it, and Nigma did.
7k lead now, just off the back of that from MonaspA.
შვიდი კაკულდი ლიდი კი აქვთ.
He's working on the Shiva's guard next. He's going to have it pretty soon. It's about 800 gold or so to go.
That is a pretty big deal that they're going to have
super quick timings.
Especially now, it's like we already mentioned about the BKBs to deal with the last check, so he can't actually get a heal from Bloodstone. Now they'll have that extra reduction, and yeah, he's just going to be super tanky. Things are getting difficult here for Nigma.
Ai, snipers რა აქვს. BKB საწყობს სავარაუდოდ. ეს თეში აქვს.
Skylark also big timings that they really have hit in these last few moments is now he's level 15, well 16 on the Doom. So besides just that Shiva's, he can eat the ancient.
Akademi დამანტა იდეალური არის დრაგონაიტზე რა. ძალიან იმბა არის.
For his ancient.
ნუ დრამი აქ ერთი. ანუ ფორსტაპს რატო არ ყიდულობენ ვერ ხვდები.
Not sure they'll actually be able to start a fight off the back of this. Nigma Galaxy staying under the
Andaix finds გაიფარმა.
They can control vision though in this area, and vision initiations feel super important in this game.
Sure. I sort of asked that last player, well, Nigma Galaxy, we'll see if they go for a smoke here.
They have the depth shroud now finished for Amar, and yeah, they're going to look for something.
Okay.
It's an alpha wolf on mind control, so it's not quite an ancient at the moment.
Doom is going to be back up in 10 seconds though, so they've got a very small window to fight before Skylark's ready to go again.
Skylark.
Quick kill, they will. Excellent move there, as they're able to pounce, let's say, seconds before Doom's at the ready, and an instant roll from mind control catches.
მაგრამ Doom-ი არ ქონდა მე მგონი სავარაუდოდ.
Tumbler's toy, the dream.
Jumps
him up to get that close distance.
აი ხა მოუვიდა Doom.
Should be able to get another one here. They're in with the cookie, they'll stop the TP, a double kill. For Sumail, Nigma Galaxy starting to get things flowing back in their favor, and see if they can look for more here, cutting the trees down.
It also, by the way, when they killed the Doom, his Midas, Owen, the Midas was fully up.
That's the real damage done there.
Sure is.
Somehow, he's got his full Kaya Sanj complete now.
Amar also does find
he wants more.
Pesky ward. He wants to try to find something.
First up, he უეჭველი უნდათ. გლიმერი იმდენად არა. ოპა ეს კაია. არა, GH მოკალით, ბიჭო.
Sumail tries to push back at the sniper for a little bit, but they'll bail out now. Respect the fact that the BK.
Ay, არ გაუშვა, არ გაუშვა.
He'll get left to the side. Assassinate's going to be coming in. He's going to try for the TP out, but he's not making it. As GH will fall, as it is for the two cores of Nigma Galaxy though. Amar and Sumail, they're looking for a fight, but they get away. They force out the BKBs from MonaspA, so maybe opening up another window that Nigma Galaxy could look to try and strike again within.
MonaspA's actually going to be the ones to smoke up. They want to get they want to BKBs though, so it could be a bit of a risky play.
Kaya midi.
Be ready to play on
Roshani აქვს და IGC. Go go go.
More careful themselves. I guess Nande
ნახ კოეფიციენტი როგორ დაუვარდა. სამამდე ქონა MonaspA-ს თამაშის დაწყების წინ.
Right on top of MonaspA.
Yeah, Nande is going to start trying to use the rest.
დაუდე 100 ლარი რა, შენი რა მიდის?
Nigma Galaxy.
ავჭი ტოტალიზატორს უნდა შევეშვა და დოტაზე ვითამაშო.
Back and forth game so far. 1 minute left on that Aegis, 22 seconds left on these BKBs.
Oh, ეს კაი აიტემია დეკასთვის.
Should be able to set up for this tower. Amar tries to approach, but has to be cautious. MC again, he gets a catch.
They're going to be able to get the roll. They get the follow-up. They're able to blow up Skylark. The stun's there on a Sumail. Defensive disruption comes out from GH. Sumail a chance to walk away.
იდინანდი არ გაუშვათ. ეგ არ გაუშვათ.
Aggressively closing the gap on the ledge, but the cookie's there for Kuro. Gets Sumail just out of range.
He's alive.
As Nande, he'll stand his ground with the BKB. But the shadow dance is there from Amar.
კაია, სლარკიც მიყვება ეხა ამას, სნეპი მოკვდა. Nice. IGC work.
MonaspA clustered around their tombstone. It's a full duration one. Very good aggressive plays. I mean, they somehow get the roar catch, though, on the Doom again. They will be able to find Skylark, but they do lose the Slark, and they almost lost Sumail, too. It's super close.
ჩემი აზრით Beastmaster Sprinky მაინც უნდა.
Keeping Sumail alive in that one.
They are
Pro sniper-ი
they
გააკონტროლოს.
use the disruption at the same time that they use Depth Shroud and Cookie. They're kind of panicking a little bit to make sure that they can save this Lash. It did work this time, but they have to be careful how they layer their spells in some of these situations, because it could cost them some of these fights.
And a risky move really made by Mar there.
Yeah.
Committing in to get the kill, but it was just the Aegis. He ends up dying. And of course that does mean that the net worth difference between him and Nande does continue to grow. Nande getting very far ahead, can be on the way towards his next item. He's got the Mjolnir, the Silver Edge queued up as the plan of action for his next item build.
And Wish, he's also now has an Aghanims, so more frontline, more beefiness that somehow
აქვს Aghanimi Wish.
get through to get to Nande. And a kind of perfect usage of the Aegis. It was ticking out very soon when it did pop there.
It would have definitely been close.
რატო აღარ მიჩვენებს თო?
Looking to get aggressive here. Black Dragon. Amar was farming it and MC's like, no. Sorry, I'm taking it. It's very low HP, no mana on this Black Dragon. And yeah, we'll have to see if Skylark is always able to eat that in the fight. He looks like he is going to be that target for the initiation every single time, but honestly, it's like it goes both ways. It's like, yeah, you catch the Doom. Sure, he's not going to be able to eat stuff and not do him, but then it's Nande who has free reign in the fights. And this sniper is doing it right now.
So Aghanimi აქვს Wish.
Going for Gleipnir.
He's actually changing up what he was considering. As I say, Mjolnir and Silver.
ყველაზე მაგარი Aghanimია მთელ დოტაში.
Thinking more the Gleipnir route.
ეხა მანტასაც თუ იყიდის, ძალიან იმბარი.
Looks like he wants to go for more control for his team.
Okay.
We'll see if he still switches it up.
Yeah, because I feel he can get away with just being a bit more greedy and build for himself. Honestly, the Mjolnir at least is does a lot for you with the attack speed. But yeah, he's committing for it. Wants to go the Gleipnir route this game.
Okay.
See if that sort of helps him out. Obviously, another way to kind of keep them held back when they're trying to go.
რას ყიდულობს? Lotus.
In Wish's face down bottom. That's some confidence.
Lotusi კაია.
It's just him and Spartan though. Oh, a little awkward.
აი ფორსტაფია აქვს მირანას.
This is a bit awkward here.
I mean, yeah, Desire is really coming at them with some like get the hell out of my jungle attitude.
კაია, Lotus-ის მერი ან დაიგმაც რომ დაითრიოს ბევრი დიფენსივ აიტემი ექნებათ და გაუჭირდებათ.
So Black Dragon is now online. Very high levels on the three cores, 18 Doom, 19 Sniper, 18 on DK in comparison to, 19, 19, and 15. My Control is actually the one who's quite far behind. And he's gone greedy too on My Control, not going for BKB of his own to be able to run into the front lines. He's gone Octarine.
Now Ma still about 900 gold away from having the completed Aghanims. So Nigma Galaxy, they want to fight.
Can they get the jump, the initiation?
It's a bit awkward now because they've been seen.
Nice.
He's in with the opening stun. The cookie will be there. They use the depth shroud as well. Now
აი ლეშაკს
Gonna get protected for now by a defensive disruption. Amar with the shadow dance trying to come in, but the Doom got laid down onto Sumail. Sumail's gone, and now Amar he has to.
აი ლეშაკი მოკვდა.
He's used his ult. He's got
Snapits ვერ გადარჩება. ვიღაც GH.
Wishes in on top of GH. MonaspA, they'll have no struggle here.
Hero-ზევიდან დააწია Desire-მა. Snapი არ გაუშვათ. და Nande solo-ზე კლავს Larks. არა.
It saves him. He's gonna live.
But the rest, 3 heroes dead, and we're really seeing the power of MonaspA's draft. Look how tanky they all are. Everyone's still pretty healthy.
საღოლ ძალიან კაი იყო.
I mean, hey, that's the Lincoln's fair for you. But still, as they're struggling to get his next item done, Aghanim still being held back, 800 gold.
Helberts ვერ იყიდის ზომბი, იმიტომ რომ Slark-თან ვერ მივა ეგრე ახლოს. თან მელეგმირებზე თუ სწორად მახსოვს 3 წამი აქვს, 3 წამი ედება. უფრო რეინჯებზე ყიდულობენ ხოლმე. რეინჯებზე არის 5 წამი და მელეგმირებზე 3 წამი.
They have enough ways to protect Nande. Next few fights could be big deciders here to see who's going to be able to take it, because Roche, it is up.
Lotus-ი კაია, თითქოს ყველასფერი ისა აქვს. Targetable არის.
everything pretty much going to be available.
ნუ ბისმასტერის ულტში ძალიან მაგარი არის. ლოტუსში თუ დაანო. ეგაი რო შაინდა შარტი ჩვენია ეხლა.
What was sort of the reason for Mind Control going for the Octarine rush this game, do you think?
Honestly, I don't know. It feels very greedy. Because now it's easy for them to bypass the kind of lack of front line that Nigma doesn't have. They can just run right through and pick and choose their targets.
Aia, შარტს ვინ აიღებს ვიში? თუ სნაიპერი. ო, სნაიპერი ეს. კიდევ ერთი დიფენსივ აიტემი არის შარტი. ბაიკი აქვს, BKB, შარტი. შადოულედი არ ამგონია ეყიდოს. просто ეგაი რო ეხა აუთფურს უკეთებენ რა. ლეშაკი ძალიან ფუშავს და ბისმასტერის კლონები და ის ილუზიები და გლები და ყველაფერი მარტივად ფუშავს ლეინს.
It does feel like there's very little solutions to deal with this sniper, to deal with this front line. And yeah, Doom.
აი ვიში მანტაზე მიდის, მშვენიერია.
Another positioning item on the sniper too.
Oh, we're seeing Nigma Galaxy still being able to get out of the map. They'll take the tier 2 bottom.
აი ნახე რა მარტივად ფუშავენ.
Difficulties of protecting themselves.
Samel's got his next time done. BKB is going to be flying out.
He's just fragile still. He doesn't have a plate mail, doesn't really have much armor. Sure, he's got the cloak of flames.
Slacks დიდი არაფერი არ აქვს, აი ლინკენი აქვს, ლინკეს მარტივად მოუხსნიან და დიფუსალიც არაფერი არ აქვს. აგანიმზე წავა ეხა სავარაუდოდ.
You've got to throw that Lincoln's down onto Samel. As he has been doing. You know, we've seen a few times where it's been a little more difficult for MonaspA to focus the Lesh with the Lincolns being put into play, but honestly they've been doing a great job with the coordination.
გამოიწერე ვიდეო და დაალაიქე არხი.
Still landing the doom on Samel.
Yeah, they don't really
მე ხო სხვანაირი იუთუბერი ვარ.
It doesn't feel like they just don't have the protection for him. I think they're disseminating him, they're throwing the demonic cleanse onto him too as well, boots to the bearing, but it doesn't matter. They're just sticking onto this Lesh. Because honestly, they're just ignoring Amar. He doesn't do any damage. And a full Lotus now, he's Spartan. Wow, he very farmed on this 5 undying.
MonaspA, they're ready to go again.
Sure are. DK, Manta is done.
Yeah, he's huge, Wish. I mean, all three of their cores in a fantastic spot right now. 14k lead for MonaspA.
He's got a gem also too, so they're just running right in.
See who they can catch. Nigma Galaxy, they're on the retreat.
ვიში?
Mar.
მიხვდნენ ამ smokes.
Okay, but they immediately lose that ward. Fresh gem put onto
they
this
know
DK.
that this wave's still getting pushed out, so they may kind of sweep the tree line.
პისტი უნდა მოკვდეს ეხა. ტელეპორტი აქვს?
How thorough they are with the
აბა რა, შივა, ეგ არის. გასტანე ვიშკ.
Pop the raw on TP.
ბლინკი ქონდა თო.
Did pop his BKB, so a little bit of something there for Nigma Galaxy. Mind Control gets out alive.
That's a weird. I wish had blink. It'd come up like right.
ბლინკი ქონდა და არ გადახდა და ვერ გასტანა.
A little bit of mercy.
Whatever. Yeah, maybe a bit.
He's like, well, you've used your raw. What use are you anyway to the team? We'll let you live.
Full control now, though. With that gem, they're taking out everything.
I'm watching. We're all watching him. That purchase is not going to happen. I mean, what is he going to get? Scotty. There we go.
I mean, it's
no 40-minute Midas today.
It's still not much damage that he's really going to be dishing out. Yes, it's going to be great for the BKBs to get the chase out, but these fights, they really just
need
don't
long
do damage.
Fights. And to have long fights, they've got to keep Samel alive.
Yeah.
Like they need this Leshrac to not die, not get doomed, which is proven to be so difficult to do. If somehow
სუმელი არ მევასება როგორც მოთამაშე რა. მარტო GH მევასება ენემისგან, მეტი არა. დაიჭირა. აბა რა. ვიში სტანი გვინდა.
Base ward. They're knocking on the front door. Wish. Pop Samantha.
Sends the illusions over. See how good Nigma Galaxy's high ground defense is.
Oh, and now even though you've got a Lincoln's, now there's a Doom with a full Aghanims. Skylark is huge.
He's going in. The fortification will come out, but Nigma Galaxy, when it sort of comes to being able to safely spam out the waves from the high ground, it's not really that strong.
ესე მარტივად აიღეს ტაუერი.
I mean, no BKB on their beast. Their front line is honestly it's just non-existent. 17,000 gold lead. Brax dropping. 45.
ერთი ბარაკი. ოპაი. ლოტუსე გასტანა.
The forces there, they'll get Wish off to the side. Samel continues to come in with the BKB. Skylark with the Aghanims Doom. He's looked to try and stay on top of the Lesh, but he gets kited out.
დუმის აგანიმი ძალიან ბევრ შვება. ეს უნდა ავიცილოთ, სნეპის ულტი უნდა ავიცილოთ.
Yara gets sent back though and will connect on
Kaya.
Amar, so a fair bit of time where Amar's not able to punch. They'll cook him back to safety. Spartan, he's able to heal up with the soul rip. He'll live.
20 seconds on Aegis.
ოპა, ნანდე შეუტრიალდა. ბოლომდე.
He was able to turn back there and do a fair bit of damage as well to Amar. Amar has to be careful. Get back towards the fountain. But they do manage to push them back and they do keep the melee racks alive. So at the end of the day, it's successful defense here for Nigma Galaxy in a tough situation.
They wanted to get something out of this, though. The fact that they couldn't even get a single kill when they're in like a bit of a positional advantage for a
როგორც
second
კაცი არა, როგორც მოთამაშე ისე მევასე.
They're gonna look for a smoke, though. BKB's how long on Lash? It's 30 seconds on the Lash tracks, but 30 seconds also.
დოტაში კაშმირმა წერია.
They've got to go for moves like this. They really have to try and catch MonaspA by surprise. The kind of the last 15 minutes or so of play, it's been MonaspA just in charge.
But how do they get an initiation? So as we said, there's no blink dagger on
It's just
MC.
kind of Amar pouncing in, but look at this from MonaspA.
They know.
Very, very safe, up to the high ground. They know that Nigma Galaxy is completely off the map.
The initiation is just awkward now. It's like MC. Yeah, this Octarine, I feel like it hurts because he doesn't have BKB and he doesn't have blink. So starting fights for them is still very awkward. And as you said, they need long fights, but they can't have it really be too long because if they can't get on the sniper, he's just gonna kill everybody also. So it's difficult fights for them to take.
ვის დაუდგა ეს ტომბი?
And they are getting, honestly, they're getting outscaled pretty heavily.
Nice find here, though. They do get the tricks to cloak.
But
I'll pass that over to Amar.
DD top rune.
Here we go, Nande.
He's ready to hit.
ნანდეს რამდენი ისა აქვს, ნახე. Safe item-ი აქვს, silver-იც იყიდა.
The tricksters or the extra aggressive potential of the Penta. BKB is now done for mind control. So
Silver-ი აქვს, BKB აქვს, shard-ი აქვს. გლეპნიერით დააბავს და პრაიკი აქვს. ერთი MKB უნდა ეხა.
He just needs an item that's going to allow
ან
him to get in
დაიდანოს.
and live, really. I mean, because as it's been the last few times, he's kind of having to start the fight off with the Death Shroud and then into the Shadow Dance. And
რომ მორჩება თამაში თუ გინდა ვითამაშოთ.
Pounce out, so not really finding opportunity to really beat.
თუ ძალიან გვიანი არ იქნება
They
ვითამაშოთ.
need some way to just be able to build like.
გიცანი, გამახსენდა ეხა.
They're just super lackluster in damage, and they just continue to grow on MonaspA. Stronger and stronger. Octarine now for the DK also. They're scaling it just way better than the side of Nigma so far. And also taking these constant fights 17 to 18, but a 16,000 gold lead.
Yeah, quite a significant gold lead, despite the kills being as close as they are. I mean, of course, they are the team with the Doom,
sure.
But yeah, this lead, it's beyond just the Doom factor. This amount of gold.
They also have a Philosopher's Stone too, right? So little things adding up. Spartan been switching it in.
I'll see what they can find with this here. Wish very, very ready to play with his cooldowns now, with the Octarine done.
They're so well.
ვიში ჰარი პოტერს არ გავს.
Spartan honestly having such a good game, having this early Lotus
Nigma Galaxy, I don't know if they'll expect.
ცოტა გრძელი თვარო ქონდეს ჰარი პოტერია. ნახე ლინკენია კარგად მოუხსნა, ამ დაიკმა.
Kuro, he'll get a little bit of time spent in the disruption here from GH to live a little longer, but the death is still inevitable.
Godly positioning there. As soon as the sniper's on high ground, you have to just run from the side of Nigma.
Yeah, it did look a little risky there, Mar. Despite the fact that, of course, his ult would have been taken off.
პირველია.
Took a bit of time before he
პირველი
got
მაპია.
Top tower's getting hit. Mid racks also in a second.
მოგებულია ეს ხელი რა, GG.
Last time. Kuro was quite a key part of defending. They need the kisses, really.
I mean, they need absolutely everything on their side.
ოქტარინიც კი აქვს, საღოლი მენ.
And even with everything, they can't deal with this overwhelming push. I wish. He's just splitting up the illusions, doing the DK thing.
Just hitting the barracks.
Hitting MC also, too, so he has full vision.
Force out the fortification.
Amar, he's trying to get the farm. He's made his decision to go for the Scotty now instead of that BKB. They're probably just discussing internally.
It's a tough choice.
Yeah.
It's a tough choice.
Slarkma ვაფშე ვერაფერი ვექნა ამ ხელში. ვაფშე ვერაფერი.
You know, you need something that's going to be a bit of a balance of allowing you to actually do some sort of damage or be some sort of hindrance to the enemy when you're hitting them. So indeed, Scotty, he is going to be able to get the gold for that, get that sent out to him.
It's nice versus the range core, right? Versus the sniper and versus the DK when he's in the form. So that's probably what he's looking for. They're going to look to go at this timing.
They need this to work, Nigma Galaxy. Otherwise, this game may fall too far for them to recover.
They need to get a wraparound. They cannot approach the fight from a normal angle. If they do, they're probably just going to run into the tanky core. So they have to find the
ეს მოკი მგონი დაინახეს.
Gem on Amar is walking in.
არა. ოპა. რა რეაქცია ქონდა დაამოყამე? აი, ვის ვერაფერს ვერ უზავენ?
The doom on the shadow demon.
ძალიან არეული ფაითია. სნეპი არ გაუშვათ. ვიში მარტო მოკლავს. სნეპი მოკვდა. GH მოკვდა. შეო, საპორტების გარაშე ვერაფერი ვერ არიან საერთოდ.
Yeah, got up to a healthy 20. Not a bad amount, but still not able to find any kills overall. The only sort of saving grace maybe being that when the two supports Crow and GH are back up, there'll be a very slim window where
Dragon
form.
20 seconds on Roche, though.
Yeah.
It's going to come right back up as those supports do respawn. Yeah, it still feels like Amar just has to have so many stacks up to be able to take any fight. Now the sniper, he does have a Scotty.
Yeah, he's got his own Scotty now. I mean,
super
tanky. Now MC does have a blink dagger though.
So yes, first up he gives towers.
Awkward so far. Yes, he's gotten a couple roars on the Doom, which felt pretty okay, but most of the times he's just like roaring the DK and Wish is like, okay, cool. That's kind of my point, is to eat that roar so that my sniper can do his thing.
Yep.
And yeah, Roche, it's back up. They're gonna kill it super fast too, and it's an Aghanims.
Who's taking the Ags?
That's actually a great question. They all have.
No, წესით მარტივად უნდა წამოიღონ ახლა ეს როშანი.
I mean, I guess you just give it to Nande or
Amar?
Oh. This is risky. I mean, Roshan's falling fast. I mean, Amar, is he going to be able to make some sort of a steal? Sumel's going to pop the BKB. They're going to look. They're going to try and get the steal off. They're able to get the Aegis. Amar, he's able to snatch it.
როშანი მოპარა სლარკოს. ანუ ანდი რა გააკეთა? შარტით გადახდა როშპიტიდან და მერე ფორსტაფით შევიდა ისევე. არა.
Can Nande get out? Oh, he can. They got it. I think they got everything though.
What did they get picked up?
Ag's blessing is on the Lesh. He ate it. They're going to get the kill. I didn't see you got the cheese. That's the only one I lost track of.
I don't know. Cheese
went
everything else. Nigma Galaxy, that is exactly what they needed.
Oh,
they were one fight away really from this game being absolutely over.
Agani მივინა იყო.
Amar gets the Aegis.
Sniper-მაც ვერ აიღო Agani.
Samel grabbing the Aghanims.
They were so quick. I think they caught MonaspA completely off guard.
ნახე ხან Nande რას იზავს.
But then what happened to Nande? Did he bonk himself out? I think he did.
შარდით გადახდა როშპიტიდან და მერე შეხტა ისევე და სლარკმა აახია როშანი.
Had to force himself back in.
Yeah, gave him all the space needed to be able to get the pick up on that one.
Oh my.
And you know, it's pretty much the full
აი რა. 10 კმ-ი კი არა, 2 კმ-ი და მე არ დავუშვებდი ეგეთ შეცდომას.
And then as we say, if Nigma Galaxy can draw out the fights, the Slark becomes a problem.
This is insane. After the last series that we just got, I cannot believe what we're witnessing right now. Bringing it back from what? It was like 18,000 gold lead. Yes, of course, the Aghanims blessing does shift things massively, but woohoo!
Huge fight, huge moments here for Nigma Galaxy.
And how many would they have to use? Only, I believe it was just the one buyback from GH, so they'll have buybacks available. And now they have comfort of Aegis. They have comfort for Amar to finish up perhaps a damage item or something like that too. And very close to 25. So those Ashen Shift stacks will be able to build up when he hits that also.
Yeah.
I cannot believe what we're witnessing right now.
And very well played as well between sort of Sumail and Amar, how you know they were able to kind of keep the distance around that AoE Doom that was dropped down on Sumail. Sumail being very much respectful of the space that Amar needed to be able to get his spells off. So well played and dealing with the threat of the Doom incredibly well.
And I mean, Amar shows himself in mid.
He feels strong.
გასტანეთ, აიგრე.
Dragon Tail will catch him.
Doomი?
On top of him with the Doom. That's the Aegis.
ძალიან მარტივად, საღოლ.
You have to turn and take down Kuro as well. Let's see if they go for round 2 on.
სლარკი არ უნდა გაიქცეს იქიდან.
Still in on top of him.
სლარკი?
It's lasting a little too long here for Amar to survive through disruptions there for GH.
It's gonna be just in time.
It's gonna allow Amar to get the shadow.
აუ დუმი რა დროს გავიდა.
Buying time here for Amar to get out there. The jump out there from Skylark. He's in with the Inferno Blade. The Assassinate's coming in for Amar. The Death Stroke gets laid down in that pan spot in a second, but the Dragon Tail Stone catches him.
Nice.
Amar will fall. MonaspA, they get the kill.
Oh, he played so far up. He was showing in the mid lane. They just full commit onto him. Oh, Amar.
And down the mid, MonaspA's ready to go here.
Oh, they did
80 seconds without the Slark. May have to consider a buyback. We'll see how much damage to the base they're happy to take. Nigma Galaxy.
Shadow Demonis is blinky ups. არ უნდა blinky. თამაშოც აგე blinky რა თქმა.
They are being careful. Aghanims also now for the Shadow Demon, so triple purges.
Huge pressure coming in. They'll lay down the tombstone, setting up the space here to take some further barracks away from Nigma Galaxy.
აი ეს უეჭველი მეგაკრიპებია. First up here. Every first up here.
He's going to look towards the side, but they're in onto Nande. Nande goes down. We'll see the BKB TP out from Skylark. He'll escape, but the chase is there from Amar over towards Spartan. Another pounce connects. Spartan will fall.
And Wish.
Get Kuroki in return. We'll see if they can chase Wish here with the overwhelming blink. Samael closing in onto the dragon. Blink's back up though, and Wish. He'll make it away with the blink and the flicker. So the base, it is defended, but it does cost the buyback there from Amar.
Good simultaneous jump coming out from them. MC just waiting, I believe, with the ninja gear, waiting for that opportunity to go for Nande. But yeah, now it's back the other way.
I mean, they've got to try and force out some of these buybacks.
Sure
they've got
do.
a good chance to do so. They can run this down mid and start hitting onto the high ground barracks.
There's no glyph also, and they do have level 25 on Lesh, so those towers will drop quickly. Roar is back available. MonaspA has to be careful who they show.
მე მგონი მოუწევს buyback Nandes.
Amar, and we did see him also hit 25 in that last fight as well. Sumel's starting to... Oh, I think he... I was like, does he have Shard? I think he was prepping the stuns, but he doesn't have it. Now he does.
I mean, maybe it was just sort of trying to go for the mind games in case Wish jumped in for a Dragon Tail.
Maybe something like that. Or maybe I'm
No,
blind.
No,
he did get it afterwards. Okay, yeah. Big wave pushing top, though, so they actually are not going to be able to go for this push. Sumel's got to deal with it. Things are tense, but base damage, it's critical on the side of Nigma. They have literally just those 2 Raxes left, and there's no tower either.
And of course, the buyback situation from Art, that's the big one right now. And of course, still for the 2 supports of Nigma Galaxy, Kura and GH. With their MonaspA is able to find a fight in these next moments. High likelihood that this game will get shut down.
Have a moment to take a look at all these levels, since we did see a couple 25s also coming out. Doom has now also hit 25, so he's got the AoE break as well on top of everything. Pretty damn effective also versus the Slark. Can't really stand his ground and build up any stacks versus that.
Yeah, that's true. It does make a huge difference against the Slark.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Causes some big issues. And GH, he went for a very greedy build this game. I didn't want to point it out until now, but not having a 4-staff on him could still cause problems for Amar, because we're seeing, I'm seeing Kuro's putting in work. Like, he's trying so hard to like cook it, move this Slark out of the AoE Doom, but just hasn't been happening so far. So GH, he is going to go back for that 4-staff, but he has built pretty much all for himself this game. Even though he has, of course, done great saves with his disruptions.
Sure.
He needs that to push him out of that Doom.
I mean, as well.
Hello.
Kuro's queuing up the Eon disc for himself next. I'd also kind of like to see him just pick up the shard.
I agree.
Right.
I was literally going to say the same
Getting that extra
thing.
jump range to save people that are caught under the radius of the Doom can be very nice. So we'll see if Kuro does think back and decide to grab that, because it absolutely can make the difference. That extra bit of a jump range, it gets you. It can get your Slark out of there.
Every little thing matters at this point.
They need to be able to save Amar and Samael. At least one of them. And that's obviously the kind of strong point of their draft. You know, if only one of them's getting caught by this kind of Doom focus, then a high likelihood that the other one is going to live long enough to do some damage.
For now. The problem is there's also going to be the refresher very soon for that Doom too, because of how fast he does get the farm. But the smoke, the light's coming out already. MonaspA.
Gerardria Roshani Gigaro.
He's going to get found.
Cookie.
To help him out here. Disruption in the cookie.
Sevi.
So already from the side, Skylark stepping in with the AoE Doom. He's closing the gap onto Mind Control. As Mind Control, he managed to get out of the range, and that allows him to turn with the Roar, but he still gets taken out by the damage of Nande. Samael trying to turn, but the BKB is already out for Skylark. Bounce forward from Amar, he's playing aggressive, he's looking towards Skylark.
Snapis ulti pers ვეღარ აკეთებს.
He'll jump in for the backlines, looking to take out GH, but you see Amar.
ძალიან კაი სტრანის ავულ Dooms.
He's pushing in for more with the Nihilism, closing in onto Desire, double kill for Samael.
MonaspA's got to run. They're on Nande.
He's going for more. Samael's jumping in on the high ground. He's in on top of the sniper. He's up on a cliff. He's going to try for the TP out. They got any sort of angle to cancel the TP. Kuro tries to get him with the TP, but not quite able to land it on top of Nande, as Nande will manage to escape. Spartan, he's not likely to be as lucky as Pounce is there from Amar. The TP's put to a stop. And Nigma Galaxy, they'll find another fight in their favor. They do have to commit the buyback from Mind Control, but they continue to close in close up that lead that MonaspA's been holding on to for quite some time.
Wish tried so hard to catch GH. GH, I think, used, I don't even know, I think two or three of the demonic cleanses on himself to distance
GH
himself.
გააკონტროლა Wishma.
I mean, yeah, Wish went super thick. We saw him
I
kind of
wear
jump off our
smoke.
screen towards the south, trying to chase GH, and as you say that,
They needed him.
yeah, they really did.
But at the same time, it's just difficult for him to really pick and choose because he's like, I have to stop these saves that are coming out from this pesky Shadow Demon and this Snapfire. So it's a decision he went for. It didn't pay off for him this time. 3 heroes dead. How many stacks are built up on Amar right now, too? He has 108 agi, so he's starting to hit hard.
Oh, that's big.
Wish. He's got to be cautious.
Coming across. House won't connect, but it's going to force Wish to put the BKB.
Amar.
I'll try and turn it, but
ადრე მოვიდა BKB.
perfectly fine.
That's Trickster Cloak to dodge the stun. Cute. How long on Roche? 15 seconds. Sumail. He's going to go back and deal with top.
Yeah. They don't want to try and push high ground right now, Nigma Galaxy. Both Spartan and Skylark, they're going to be back in the game.
Sumail has a ton of gold right now.
What's he considering, do you think?
I
What
mean,
would you
he's-
like to see? He's
honestly-
going to have to get rid of something. He's going to have to get rid of one of his slots.
Oh, and I'll be real. I actually
Yeah.
think he could buy a Moon Shard and give it to the Slark.
And Kuro, who's just able to snipe their gem. I think the courier was coming out to retrieve the gem or something, but Kuro's able to find it.
It's a long Roche respawn.
Right, they got 3 gems right now in Nigma Galaxy?
I think they do,
They
yeah.
do.
I mean, pretty important for them all to hold it. Silver Edge Slark. Oh, Sliver Sniper, and we've got a Rapier. Nande, he's committed
I
it.
mean, we have seen the
ო
last
სნაიპერი ნანდეზე საინტერესოა.
They need to close the gap on this sniper, otherwise he will kill them all.
I can
ფეხი გაყიდა სნაიპერი ისა
Oh, man.
რაპიერი ჩაიგდო.
26 to 26, 54 minutes in, and only 1k gold within it.
This is unbelievable.
It really could go either way. We've had some close games today, but honestly, this might even be the closest.
Really does feel, and it's all going to be up to these jumps. Who's going to be able to, it's going to be a multi-doom. Is it going to end anticlimactic? Are they going to be able to get that Rapier?
Still a minute and a half as well on Roshan, so Nigma Galaxy, they won't be able to kind of get the fast respawn on it that they may have hoped for as they're hovering around the pit. They're going to opt for the smoke.
ანუ ეს файტი რო აიცილონ ეხა.
They've got to respect the Rapier, though.
Amar has gone full. He's gotten the refresher. And they have the nags now on the
ვიში ფუშავდა ქვევით, მაგრამ გადავიდა. აუ და დაიჭირეს, აკე?
There with the pounce, Wish pops the BKB. A turn and be able to get the Dragon Tail stun off onto Amar. Jump forward for Skylark, he's in with the Aerial Doom. He's closed the gap onto the Slark, but Amar's able to keep the distance. He's going to be fine. He's considering if he can get in on towards Nande, but Nande's very deep in the fight. They can't get to the sniper. They'll settle for Skylark instead. As they bring down the Doom.
დუმის სიკოდელი ძალიან ცუდი იყო.
He's able to get in with the pounce on the Spartan. Nande, they've got to save, and the buyback comes out from Skylark. He's TPing over. Sumail getting incredibly low.
კაია. ეგ მოკვდა.
He's going to get
GH.
saved by the disruption. He's surviving throughout it all. Nande trying to get the perfect position at the side of the fight. Turns back.
Nice.
Over the bloodstone, but it's not enough to survive through
Inken
the
yoks.
this Rapier sniper.
მოკვდა.
Amar
Nice.
sniped down by Nande.
ვერთულა კარგად ითამაშა ნანდემ საღოლ.
Okay, it was actually only 7,000. It felt like a lot more, but I mean, the Rapier choice is definitely beautiful from him there. They can't actually deal with the damage he's doing.
Maybe more.
Uh-oh.
Wish.
Sumail.
The stun on Sumail. Backup's not quite there for Wish. Wish he might have gone a little too deep.
ვიშ? აიმე.
He got a little carried away there. They just took a great fight. They just knocked Amar out for 100 seconds, but Wish, yeah, I think, you know, sometimes kind of you get carried away, the emotions get high, and you're just in go mode.
როშანი შეიხედე. აბა რა, მიდი.
So just like that, Wish is also out for 80 seconds, and Nigma Galaxy, despite losing Amar for 80 themselves, they'll get a little bit of respite.
But they're going to get the Roche. Nande going to have a blanket now of an Aegis to protect himself.
Who's getting the Aghanims this time? Which support takes priority, Spartan or Desire?
Honestly, I don't even know. Either one. They're both kind of useless at this point in the game, so whatever.
Oh, bottoms. Whoa, that's...
Wait, that's a dieback.
დაიფექსე მოკვდა
He
დუმი.
just didn't expect Nigma Galaxy to be making a play whilst the rest of his team was going for Roshan, but he went out on his own down bottom, and yeah, he's out for 2 minutes, Skylark.
Uh-oh.
They may have got the Aegis in the... I mean, I tell you what, Nande's got his work cut out.
They're going to have...
All on the sniper here.
They're going to have a window of 60 seconds when Slark respawns to be able to go for an aggressive play here. And MC, he's actually starting to get the push going a little bit onto bottom side also. This game is absolutely nuts. And that was the Hex reveal, by the way. Sumail, he did commit the gold after having
სულ ამდენიმე წუთში გაირკვევა ეგ ვინ
his
მოიგებს.
Shivas and his Bloodstone back and forth.
ძალიან თანაბარი ფაითია და
Yeah.
All right.
And he's level 29. Getting close to 30. A little bit tankier. 4,300 HP now. 3 minutes until we've got these tier 5 neutrals as well. And Mind Control has also hit 25, so the roar cooldown very fast, and he also, of course, saw the refresher.
Well, what is the cooldown without an Octarine?
22 seconds.
22-second cooldown roar. Yeah, that's super low.
It's pretty nuts. And I think this Ninja Gear, it's been doing quite a bit of work for Mind Control. He had a bit of difficulty early on finding positioning, but this Ninja Gear plus his Blink allows him to pick and choose his target pretty freely. Everything is going to come down to the plays. Who are they going to be able to grab? Is Nande going to be able to protect himself with this rapier? Some buyback status.
Yeah, Dumits გაწუცხება, Dumits ულტი ძალიან ბევრ შვება.
Mar is getting closer and closer to having his buyback again. 800 gold away.
MonaspA, they're going to be so cautious about leaving the base, even though they have this Aegis on Nande.
GH, he does have 4-staff finished up a few moments ago as well too. And we've been seeing, honestly, his demonic purges.
Slarkis მოკლა გაუჭირდებათ, refresh-ერი აქვს.
Right? We see Skylark blink in a bunch of times. He gets purged and he actually can't stick on the target.
ბაშერი არ უტევს, საინტერესოა.
Doing some good work here.
ეს დიფუსალი აღარ უნდა გაყიდოს.
See what they find.
Mind Control.
მე 60 წუთზე დიფუსალი რაღაც კიდე.
Completely as a unit.
Amar is desperately looking for a place to farm to finish up his buyback. He keeps looking for creeps, but there's nothing around him. We'll find some now. Not going to be enough for the buy.
Off. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, if the fight kicks off, if they get a kill, he'll have enough.
They've got the push going bottom, and Black Dragon is going to shove it in. And Sumail, it looks like he's maybe setting up to see if someone reacts to it. He's TPing bottom very early.
აი დემონისაგანები ძალიან მაგარი არის.
Yeah, the boots of travel. They do have boots of travel on Mind Control.
და ძალიან გამაღიზიანებელი.
Galaxy, are you sort of in a position where you are going to have heroes kind of
სამი ჩარჯი გეძლევა ულტზე. ანუ სამი ძალიან გამაღიზიანებელი slow გედება. ყველაფერს თავი დაანებობს.
It's really going to be all about vision, and maybe they do just wait for these tier 5 neutrals, or set a trap for the tier 5 neutrals that we have seen some teams do. MonaspA's always going to have the lane push advantage since they have those two lanes pushed in already with the Rax advantage. So Nigma, they always have to react to these side lanes a little bit.
At this point of the game as well, what do you think the next big item is going to be for Wish? He can get the blessing sent out, giving him that extra slot.
They didn't get an AC, huh? I mean, that was probably one of them,
true.
but that was ages ago, so I'm not really too sure. He might just go full damage at this point. Maybe some nullifier or something to focus fire things. Not sure.
Maybe a rapier himself. The game is in rapier territory. We're hitting, 60 minutes. I mean, and as it is, Nigma Galaxy, they've been pushed back. So MonaspA will have control of the map for the 60-minute neutrals.
They want to go for this high ground though with this Aegis.
Ero, I miss ad gauvara.
Seconds till DK form. They're taking out the final Rax. It dies very fast. So Megas.
Spawn laying down the tombstone for vision.
Very likely the Megas are going to be grabbed.
He's positioned pretty aggressively. Because still has the Aegis.
Meoret gastana უკვე Lotus Orbs-ზე Beastmaster-მა.
And GH, Mar trying to look towards Nande, but he gets knocked back to the side by the concussive grenade. Mar will jump forward again. See now, Skylark having to back outside of the base here. He's trying to retreat.
მე თუ არავინ არ ყდება.
Amar still surrounded. He gets caught.
As Larky. აუ, კაი რა. ვიში მოკვდა. ანტაინგიც მოკვდა.
They're out with the retreat. The BKB's there from Nande's tipping out. There's no one to find him. Nande will get out alive. Desire also able to escape.
Oh my god.
But Nigma Galaxy, they hold, they push them back, they get the 2 kills, and honestly, just a lot of chaos that Amar was able to very successfully create. He sort of just jumped into the midst of them, and it's sort of a panic set in for MonaspA. They were trying to deal with the slot, but between the Shadow Dance, the Dark Pack, and the Depth Shroud, they couldn't quite deal with him. Refresher as well, the 2 rounds of it.
Exactly.
He was just sort of this hero that they couldn't see, they couldn't touch, and it gave all the time to the Galaxy to deal with the aggressive jump from MonaspA.
I mean, the way that the fights are just getting split up is crazy. Skylark, he's going for the right targets. He gets on GH, but they're actually just playing so well. They're distancing and playing with each other.
Oh, here we go
and
as
here
well.
we go. Here
so
come
what are we getting? The big stuff here. Apex and Seer Stone. Who's going to be taking what?
GH definitely takes Seer Stone.
Yeah.
Super good on this Shadow Demon who doesn't have any cast range.
I'm honestly, Trish the Cloak's been doing great stuff. Does he want the Apex still over it?
I think he does.
Yeah.
It's too strong.
It's so much agi.
Yeah,
plus 70. It's coming out to win. Book of Shadows. That's great for this fight.
Oh my god, they got blessed.
They're getting the good stuff here, Nigma Galaxy. They really are.
აი მე კიდე გუნდოდა Slarax Mirror-ში მდის. ძალიან საშინელება.
Scary moments for MonaspA.
მაგრამ მონასპას არ აქვს. პირველ ხუთი საიტემები ნეუტრალები.
They even get the arc. All these items are so good.
They really did kind of hit the jackpot here with these neutral items.
I mean, there was a time for people who remember the rapier play with
Sumelma Chaido.
blade mail back at the Boston Major. This is also versus Spartan, so it could be some kind of weird reflection plays that bring back some memories. Who's gonna carry that Arcanist armor? I guess they give it to. Does anybody want to carry it? I mean, it's pretty damn good this game to deal with rapier, but.
კაი, ერთი ეგვის. სავარაუდოდ ვიშს. არა, დუმს.
Okay, and it looks like they're giving it to Wish, and Wish has queued up his next item right now.
All right, for Wish instead. Okay, sure. There's good stats as well.
Gives him 2 ways to initiate too.
Yep.
Can be pretty nice in this game. Neck and neck buybacks. They're all about to be back up, Owen.
Oh my
We're about
goodness.
to have all 10 buybacks.
We're gonna have like a 10 buyback fight. Yeah.
So I mean, outpost control definitely gonna be important. Even though there's tons of actually there's so many boots.
Buybacki ყველას
so
აქვს.
maybe not as Amar.
I mean, 20 seconds until his refresh is back up, so he will only have 1 round of the Shadow Dance, the Dirt Shroud, if he goes in now. They find the Giant's Ring on MonaspA.
Oh, these fights are gonna be tough to keep track of. Book of Shadows, of course, too. These so many different forms of protection.
Meanwhile, Amar, okay, we'll get a free pick onto Spartan outside.
მე ანტაინგი გააქრეს ეგრევე.
Both Skylark and Samel did use their BKBs here.
That's a wasted Doom. That's a very big deal. He does not have the refresher just yet. He doesn't want to commit the gold. That's pretty massive there for the side of Nigma.
აი, დუმის ულტი აღარა გვაქვს.
Look at these dragons.
You're getting distracted by the dragons.
Look at that.
რეფრეშერი იყიდოს რა.
The true sort of end game boss that Nigma Galaxy are having to deal with here.
I mean, they're going to have their own dragons too.
Oh, that's true. Here we go.
კი, გეთახმები.
Oh my god. Look at it go.
რამხელა დრაკონია ნახე.
What is going on? It's even bigger.
It's terrifying.
Oh, I love it. 64 minutes. Doom, he has committed the gold, so no buyback on Skylark.
What's he committed it for?
Refresher.
Refresher, okay. I mean...
აი, 3 აიტემი უნდათ კიდე.
Yeah, they're not actually carrying the Arcanist armor. Okay.
Arcanist armor, I mean, who's sort of got a slot for it?
I mean, it's MC, but MC is just more about positioning. He's been holding Ninja
True.
gear the whole time.
Yeah, honestly, having that kind of, especially with kind of low cooldowns as well, the uptime on the smoke is massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he gets a raw, it could be a game-winning raw. Desire, he's on the cliff.
Why
Uh-oh. See you later. 115 seconds.
That's a gem.
იქ რა საკეთებდა?
Now back to having complete control of the gems here. Nigma Galaxy. And what do we got?
150,000 სპიდი არ არის ცოტაში.
And of course that attack
სნაიპერზე იდეალურია.
This sniper's going to hit hard and fast.
I wonder how much it actually increases. He's actually pretty close to having the maximum attack
speed. I think so,
anyway.
right, with the moon shard and
I mean, but even before that, he's pretty close to having it, to be completely honest with you. He's 0.31, so I wonder how effective it is really going to be at the end of the day. BKB now for Amar, so another form of protection. And he's going to soon be able... Oh, wait, actually, did he actually commit for it? Or I think he sold it right after I said that. He did. Waiting to be able to maybe buy that Aghanim Blessing plus BKB. Dragons. Mind control dealing with the lanes. Keeping himself ninja geared up. These fights are so crazy. 2,000 gold though, the Doom, still no buyback, so dangerous positioning for MonaspA.
The Pirate Hat is definitely going to help sort that. You know, bounties are being dug up here by Nande. So, helping close the gap for the Doom.
Yeah, they still haven't found those other 2 neutrals, haven't been giving the opportunity. Sumail, walking up, it's a scary place to go.
It is, because Nande's got a lot of damage.
Oh, whoops. I think that was Kuroki's 4-step.
რთულია რა სნაიპერთან high ground-ზე ასვლა ძალიან რთული არის.
This is super
tense. I mean, they have got, you know,
აი ბისტმასტერი უნდა დაახტეს ბლინკით, გასტანოს და მე რაღაც უნდა ქნან, მაგრამ აი იქიდან ანტაინგი და მირანა დაეხმარებიან, რა თქმა უნდა.
Does have the shadows as well. Can also pop that out onto him, make sure that put him into a state where Nande can't attack.
They have like 100 different forms of saves. It really feels like they have even the the gobble up.
Saudot Roshan's moklawin da me reaure.
They have the disruptions.
Sure.
They have so many different things that they could throw onto him. And yeah, Roche now it's scouted. MC, he's pinging it.
Samel, what's he going to do with the money? What can he do with the money? Yeah, refresher for the backpack. It's probably going to be the next thing.
I think refresh, and honestly, I really want to see him pick up the moonshard and give it to Mar. I think that's...
Mar's
Mar has it. Okay,
he's already got it.
JK.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And they'll also have this Roshan, as MonaspA won't be able to step anywhere near there. Who still needs an axe on Nigma Galaxy?
Nobody.
Yeah, can you show this beastie?
I mean, why not? Sure.
Well, he's the only one who didn't have it, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
here we go. You thought they weren't... We've seen him a few times today. We're going to see him again. The drums of Slom. Honestly, that's correct. We've just literally like never seen anyone by the side. It's been, what, 3 games today we've had the drums?
3 games now. Well,
this one... What's going on?
We don't count this one. Come on.
Well,
this one needs to give it to him.
He
didn't buy it.
Slom.
But he didn't buy it.
I mean, he was going to.
Okay, maybe he was. Maybe I don't think he was.
Here come the drums.
Tenth state. How are we looking on buybacks? Still 1,500
we're looking
for
on money
the Doom.
on Nande, because Nande was getting a lot of money up. He's getting a Swift Blink next. Okay.
Okay. Not having the secondary rapier, I guess.
I don't know what he's going to take out for the Swift Blink. Everything else is kind of important.
Might be the Silver Edge.
Sure.
სამი ტომბი კაია, მაგრამ უკვე 60 წუთის მერე ზომბი დიდი ვერაფერი ვეღარ არის.
It's all up to execution at this point. There's Nigma really making magic happen this game. What looked like an almost impossible game to recover. They fully have done so.
I think at one point they were about 20k behind, or close to that.
Just about.
And then that whole sort of fight kicked off around the Roche pit, and Mar makes that steal, and yeah, suddenly...
თან მეხუთე პოზიცია იყო და არ მგონია refresh-ერი დაითრეს.
Of course, by no means out of this. A good high ground defense could absolutely shake things up once again.
We could be in for the long haul. I mean, we already are, but could be even way longer, honestly, at this rate.
Yeah. So we've had honestly some crazy games today. If you didn't catch any of the earlier ones, you should definitely make sure you're able to do so. I will warn you though, this one might be beating them all so far. This is it's getting even crazier now.
Yeah, especially now GH he has a refresher shard that he's picked up, so now it's 6 demonic purges, 6 demonic cleanses. Doesn't even have the mana for all this. How long till Doom buyback? Skylark getting closer and closer. 1,000 more gold. Dying.
Doomze refresher go-out Doomze.
He wants to go for here. Does he want to get reincarnation? Something you don't really see too often. The Undying level 25.
And not at all. Not at all. We don't get to enjoy this much.
Maybe holding the skill point until something happens in case he gets picked off.
Well, that's the
thing,
right? He can control where he uses the reincarnation.
Absolutely.
Maybe he wants to die, use the buyback, and then have it for the next fight. Even though, of course, his buyback is still on cooldown for a minute, and a minute and a bit.
We're gonna get ward positioning here.
They're coming out at the base, though. This is
they broke the Lincolns.
A bit of a risk.
Amar.
And we'll put the BKB.
Lincolns are going to get Undying.
Mike controls him with the roar, but the roar gets reflected, and Nande's doing the damage. Mike controls in trouble. They'll lose the beast master.
So, beastie mokda.
If they can chase for more here, Wish looking over towards
Bolomde.
They'll close the gap on Kuroki.
Snipits miqva.
MonaspA. They'll slowly but surely be able to take out the two of them. The Book of Shadows buying some safety for Kuro, but he'll still go down. Nande with the double as MonaspA, they hold.
Okay, and it looks like he got rid of the Hurricane Pike, by the way, and he's gotten his Swift Blink on Nande.
All right, yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah,
he's got enough positioning and
he's 25 anyway, so he's the attack range talent, so...
That's true.
Yeah.
No, that is true. He's got that to make up for it. Mirror Shield, balancing all things. They also get one themselves. Definitely going to be... someone's going to want to hold that. Probably...
ანუ მირანას რა ითემი უდევს ნახე.
Are they not? Do you kind of favor the other items?
I think you give it to Doom.
Probably right. He's the one going in. Yeah, he's the one going in. And you don't need this.
ეს აითემი რაღაც უნდა.
I think he should. Honestly, I think he maybe swaps that in, or just swaps between both when he's digging and whatnot, whatever.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's better for sort of the DPS, so that insane attack speed or the Stygian damage. He's actually going to send the Stygian back. He just wants to keep the attack speed of the pirate hat.
Okay, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Whatever. He already hits incredibly hard anyway.
He really does with this rapier. I mean, look at this. We've incredible swings this game.
So much still, it's all about like these positioning. Who's able to get initiation? Who's got the high ground? If MonaspA has high ground, they're always going to have a bit more of an advantage, as we saw there again. 40 seconds until my control respawns. All buybacks gonna be back up except for the Undying.
Nandes mushardi ar khonda maitsa.
I'll have it soon, right? With a few rounds of the pirate hat. How much is he off?
1600.
I mean, with the pace that this game's going, they'll be able to hold back until they can get that. Honestly, for Nande, the next thing to do really is just
get
buyback gold and get a backup rapier.
He pretty much, yeah, he's
get another rapier, hold it in the base, and have it for the buyback.
And he's got to dig every single time it's up. It's been up for 5 seconds. Nande, dig.
Come on.
Dig. Okay, good. 162. So 10 more digs.
It's a lot of money.
9 more digs in order to have the Undying's buyback.
Yeah.
72 minutes in.
I mean, they don't want to push right now, MonaspA. They don't want to push. They'll wait out at least the Aegis. It's soon to expire on Amar.
They're starting to get more defensive items too to be able to protect this sniper. They have a Lincoln's also for Desire. And a DD has spawned bottom.
Ooh, where's Nande? Get
He's
over
running
here, Mr. Sniper.
He's booking it.
Grab that double
Ultimate. აიღე ნანდე. Nice. აი ახლა უნდა smoke და go ეგრევე.
He's peaked now.
Is he actually? I was gonna. What is the max attack speed nowadays?
I think it is about like 0.28, right? I thought it was actually. I thought it was 0.31, but I'm wrong. Can you check?
მონშარდი აქვს ნანდეს კი.
I don't know. It's just showing me a graph that's really confused me.
Attack speed-ი საკაიფოთ აქვს. ლიუს ესეც უმატებს 150-ს.
What's the difference between 0.28?
და მონშარდი აქვს.
Dagons are coming out.
Okay.
Dagoni.
Oh my God, we're having like so many flashbacks to so many different games throughout all the years. These dragons are to clear illusions, though.
That's true. That is definitely super effective against these dragons.
He tips him. He's like, "Oh, that's smart. I like that."
Are we still in this? You know, GH is doing it out. I remember sort of a game where like Puppy did this on his Prophet.
Yep.
In fact, that game I think Puppy rushed.
Shadow Demon-ი მარტივად აკონტროლებს ილუზიებს რა. აი მას სვავს და
You know, these players they know. They know the counter.
თავისი დრაკონები გამოყავს მე და ვიში ვეღარ აკეთებს ვერაფერს.
Against the enemy carry Nagasara, and you know they're just following the footsteps of the pros in.
Yeah, or the 73-minute game where there's a giant string DK with the Manta. So
that's
true.
All it takes is that one little dagon to get rid of these dragons.
It is important. Yeah. Just anything about vision, anything about controlling the aspects to be able to get into the team fights. Spartan, he will grab his reincarnate talent now. Finally, it took a long time to be able to do it, but he's carrying the Stygian Desolator, by the way.
Who is? Oh, come on now.
He wants some fun too.
I mean, it's obviously great for the push.
Sure.
You know what I mean? If it ever gets to the point where they hit the buildings, getting the hits in.
If he gets one hit on anyone with Flesh Golem and with the Stygian Desolator, they're going to get shredded.
That's true.
That's kind of cool.
He is going to be this fantastic offensive frontliner for the sniper. Absolutely, if he gets that debuff on someone. Amar.
MonaspA, they're going in.
I'm going to get the hex off onto the side for Spartan.
დაიჭირე გთხო რა.
Amar. He's going to have to be careful here with the Shadow Knights coming to an end and the Doom's closing in on them. They're in on top of Mind Control. He's ended up getting caught out with the
reflection.
Deleted.
Mind Control's gone. They had to get back to the base in Nigma Galaxy. They've got to be on the retreat. As he wishes.
ვის მისდევს? რატომ მისდევს იმას?
He's going to make the jump up to the high ground. They'll take down the slug.
სამი ბაიბექი. 4 ბაიბექი. ის დაიბექზე მოკვდა. არ უკნო. აი, სნეპი დაიბექია.
He's in onto the sniper. They've got to kill this sniper. They're able to do so. Nande goes down. Amar takes out Spartan, and Amar picks up the rapier.
And they're also gonna get Wish too. He's broken.
Rapieri.
Oh my God!
Right, it cost them 4 buybacks, but they hold. And of course, Nande. He had enough money for the backup. He had enough money for the backup. So the defense is there for Nigma Galaxy, but it is an expensive one. 4 buybacks used. But Amar, he's now sporting a rapier.
I mean, for Nande, they went up super
აი რა მეგაც ვერ
aggressively.
გააკეთებს.
Right on top of him, they all stacked up. A bit too aggressive from MonaspA. Costed a lot of buybacks, but
I mean,
there's win conditions now.
But I mean, for both sides. For both sides. This is the thing, you know, you've just brought back as 4, 75 minutes in. Are Nigma Galaxy going to be able to find the confidence to push with this, or are they got to sort of just wait it out again? We'll see. Again, this fight, you know, MonaspA, they really wanted to force this against Skylark going in super deep. It was a pretty good start here with the fact that the Roar gets reflected onto Mind Control. He's taken out immediately. But as it was...
ანუ რა ვიში მისდევს ლეშრაკს. როცა სლარკზე შეეძლო თამაში.
And they get this control, really. These hexes, these roars that are coming out, all these refreshers and everything too. Nigma, they're looking to go for high ground here.
It's a huge risk though. They've used their buybacks. If they fail this push,
პისტის ულტი მოხდა სნაიპერს და ვერაფერი ვეღარ ქნა. საშინელება 4 წამი გსტანავს.
They're doing some crazy stuff, but honestly GH
was it demonic purge, just everything
6
everywhere.
He purged 6 times in the fight if I'm not mistaken there. And it's a break too. So it does make a difference versus this DK who's honestly super tanky, but not if he's broken. This is nuts.
I mean, 6 terrifying minutes, honestly.
6 terrifying minutes, and the most gold I think we're going to see on some heroes ever. 21,000 gold on Sumail.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, he's just got nothing to spend it on.
I mean, yeah, there's literally nothing you can do.
Yeah, treat GH to a moon shard, you know.
He could have one.
Yeah, just buy the boys a moon shard.
They're too. I mean, at this point, they're just focused. Roche, 10 seconds.
neither team really wanting to start something right now.
No, it's terrifying to go anywhere.
It's far too risky.
Doom and DK have buyback, but Lush does. Roche.
Nigma can go for Roche.
Did they scout it? I think they did scout it.
You know, they can absolutely start looking for Roche if they want to here.
But MonaspA's coming out. How long on the reincarnation, at least from the Undying? It's still got a long time.
Only Samael with buyback on Nigma Galaxy. Anybody else gets caught and it's gone.
Things are starting to get a little crazy. Yeah.
All game. Well,
all game.
He's been doing all right if he's playing on 50 FPS. Not bad here from Spawn.
50 FPS-ი თუ თამაშობ. საღონა.
So tough to keep track of every single one of these spells. It's pretty nuts.
And I think, you know, we're pretty much guaranteed to sort of pass, I believe, the 78-minute mark. I believe the longest game we'd had in this tour's Western Europe region was Urdu versus OG. Not today's games, but the other day where we had a 78-minute one. This one, it's looking to pass that point. So if you're here, ladies and gentlemen, you are here for the longest game we've had so far this tour. And still a game that it's uncertain who's going to take it. Nigma Galaxy, they may have the gold lead, but that only means so much at this point. The thing that really matters are those buybacks. As you can see on the left of your screen, the overall status for Nigma Galaxy's buybacks is not as comfortable as that for MonaspA.
Can they get on GH though? I think he really is probably going to be one of the bigger priorities at this point. He has 25 as well too, so his potential of like 6 purges, 6 cleanses, quad disruptions. He has crazy things that he can really do with this, and he's always going to have positioning too with that Seer Stone. So honestly, it's like you want to doom cores, but you also might just want to put up. And MC, we do see him now. He probably did it a while ago and we didn't notice. At least I didn't. But he's been swapping in the ninja gear and the Arcanist armor a bit too. So
okay, he's at least carrying that out.
Yeah, it's pretty important. Every little thing matters at this point.
Absolutely, you want to throw that in for the team fight, especially after you sort of use the jump from the self-smoke of the ninja gear.
Oh, don't pull up an arrow stat at 80 minutes. Wait, what the? Wait, dude, what if he misses the triple arrow? Does that count as 3 misses?
I think
that's his bullying.
I don't.
მაგარი სტატისტიკა გააძლევს 15-ჯერ გაარტყა ერო ამ თამაშში. და ისროლა 700-ჯერი.
Dragons everywhere.
My goodness, so many dragons.
And he can make illusions of the illusions. Dealing with the push every time.
Wind Waker. I mean, he's 9 slotted here on Samael. I guess if you want to be, well, if you want to count the neutral and the Aghanim's Shard, then he's 12 slotted. 12 slotted less racket.
How do you swap in all these items? This is so difficult, the Roche.
They're going for it. MonaspA's heading over. It's still very scary for Nigma Galaxy.
The wraparound, they're getting the high ground. Desire gets a ward down.
The illusions in. Again, they have this vision advantage, MonaspA.
They're on Kuro.
He's going to get in with a jump onto Kuro. Nigma Galaxy, they might just want to leave Kuro behind. He's been caught by the Duma Skyline.
Snip's kili ძალიან კაი არის.
They really want to try and fight here. No, they've got a bail. They've surely got a bail.
Nice.
They have to retreat.
Buyback-ი არ აქვს. Slugs BKB აღარ აქვს.
Can the cores get out?
GH is away. And they will.
გაბექეს, როშანი ჩვენია ახლა.
Yeah, MonaspA, they know they get 1 kill and they know that Nigma Galaxy has.
საღო, ძალიან ჭკვიანურად ეთამაშნენ ახლა.
And does anyone even still need the axe? Would Desire still not have one? He doesn't, so I imagine they'll go. Oh, actually, I guess the sniper also didn't have one still, right?
Sure, yeah.
He's just going to take it.
Why not?
Take it, get the Assassinate upgraded.
Even though he hasn't even used Assassinate in probably like 20 minutes or something like that, might as well give him that too.
Shard'i მაინც ჩაიგდოს ვიშავ. 12000 goldi აქვს.
Spartan also has a Lincolns, by the way. Everyone's starting to get pretty much 6-slotted. Big moment there, though. 50 seconds, no snap. They might be able to get the Mega. Of course, Nigma can deal with the Megas. Sumail prepping the stuns. MonaspA. How do they enter?
Oh, they are. Sumail's in! He's going to try and jump on with the Nihilism, but the BKB is already out for Nande. Nande turns over towards Sumail.
Kaya.
The Dragon Knight. The Wind Waker here from Sumail allowing him to disengage from the fight. Now, but Nande's still closing in. The disruption comes out from GH. Won't quite be there to follow up, so Sumail will still live. Another defensive destruction from GH, giving an extra chance here for
So it's Mega.
He gets the blink off. The Undis is back up. He's into the fountain. Nigma Galaxy, they'll be able to survive, but indeed the damage to the base has been done. Mega creeps are out for MonaspA.
Nobody died. I mean, the disruptions from GH super clutch. He did have to use his refresher though.
Nobody dies.
He jumped in there. Careful.
More jumps.
Stani.
Kura's going to be back in a couple of seconds. Mind control for the roll. It's going to get reflected by the low. So mind control.
აუ რა ცუდი ბისტი არის ღმერთო
Amar, he jumps in. He will get the BKB off, but he's gone.
საღოლ GG დაწერეთ ბიჭო
They can look to push up for more. Skylark's in on top of Kuroki. They'll turn towards Samel. The second dude gets laid down. Samel is able to bring down Spot in the ones, but Nande's in. Takes out Kuro.
საღოლ ნანდეს ძალიან მაგრად ითამაშა
There's no buybacks left to be had here for Nigma Galaxy. Samel will fall. Slowly but surely, and GG, it's called. As 81 minutes in, MonaspA, they'll be able to take the first game here of this best of one tiebreakers.
Well, that starts everything out for us. How the hell do we follow up this? 81 minutes after a crazy best of three.
საღოლ ძმაო მაგრად ითამაშეს ბისტმა სტერმა სამჯერ დაადო ულტი ლოტუს ორბზე რაც მე დავთვალე
From him and he delivered.
Yep, and he got I mean, a couple of these situations, sure, he got maybe a little overzealous with positioning, but across the board, I would say MonaspA, super well played game, going for these. I mean, it's crazy. There's too many things to even sum up after such a wild game, but they were able to Nigma, and they do persevere with that last fight, of course, to secure them that Roshan and be able to finally go for the push.
Yeah, what a game, what a back and forth game. I mean, Nigma Galaxy, they really gave it their best sort of fighting chance, but yeah, that final moment, I think buybacks were still on cooldown just for like a minute or so. It was that last bit of a window that MonaspA knew that they could punish, they could go hard and
bring back Miracle.
No buybacks, it's going to be GG. What a start to this best of one tiebreakers. We'll let the panel, of course, explain what this means as the games do continue. But as we begin this round of tiebreakers, MonaspA, they'll win the first best of one.
Oh my goodness, if this first best of one is anything to go by, then we're in an absolute treat because 82 minutes here for this game between Nigma Galaxy and MonaspA. It wasn't the fact of how long it went, but it was the back and forth. Team fights going every which way. You know, someone might get the initiation, but it doesn't mean they're going to come out on top in a team fight, T.
Yeah, you just, honestly, this game, it doesn't matter about the quality of it at this point. It is the fact that it's a best of one. It's, you know, MonaspA are in the lead. Then it's like, they kind of throw it away a little bit. They get a bit overconfident. You get a Doom pick off over here, DK dying over there. And then suddenly Nigma's back into it. And now MonaspA, it's like, okay, cool. Now they need to get back into it. They wait 60 minutes, but then they try and go for bottom racks, but then they don't get the tier 5 items. And then they die themselves. And Nigma the entire time is trying to get Amar into the game. Like, this is exactly what you want in a tiebreaker. You want this like 80-minute slugfest. You want this.
Which is Link game.
Nigma, they really now want it to go another tiebreaker because they kind of want redemption. They want to beat MonaspA.
I freaking hope they do.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, boys, call it in. We lost one game. I'm done.
Peace out. See ya.
Yeah,
let's be real. I mean, the impact of the 60-minute items too. I loved seeing the Dragon Knight Dragon Form take up.
ისეთი თამაში იყო მოგანდომა. თამაში რა, მეც მაგრად მინდა ეხ თამაში.
That would be really sick. Yeah, I mean, it's like there's just so much stuff happening all the time. It's like, okay, we have dragons, and then Shadow Demon's like, well, we also have dragons. What now? And there's just so many of these annoying freaking dragon illusions going around, bothering everyone, giving this vision, making it so hard to play and do anything.
All right, I'm going to ask a question that's going to sound stupid, but I'm hoping you know the underlining meaning for it. But this game obviously could have been closed out so much quicker for everyone.
Right here. You're probably going to ask maybe, but this is it. When
აბა MonaspA სოციალური სად არის?
Should have been it for Nigma Galaxy.
I mean, the flip side, it should have been here for MonaspA.
Soc manager-მა დაპოსტე, აბა დაპოსტე. 4 წუთიან ეროს. Easy, პირველი ვარ. Easy.
Away from it, Slot gets it. Like this entire game, look at Slot's inventory right now. It doesn't really have like damage items. He was kind of like an enabling core. In the end of the game, Amar also finished the game with
target. Not able to drop anything down for now. Sumail. He's going to have the Linkers thrown up onto him, but the Linkers is going to get popped. They turn with the Roar, holding back the Doom. And the disruptions there. They're trying their best to bail Sumail out. This is very, very low, and in fact, he's dead. They'll lose Sumail. Doom's going to get dropped down onto Amar. MonaspA, they can look for more. They've taken out Kuroki. They'll be able to take down Amar as well. As MonaspA, they strike back. They take out the 3 of them. And the... Oh my goodness, mind control. He's going to have to change his underwear there. That was a close.
GG is
and I have no idea why. And like Skylark just keeps dooming him. Like, I'm going in, boys. It's like you probably should have just doomed the enemy because you kept getting kited. But like, what can you do? Yeah, you know, honestly, if they were able to take their excitement there and push it to against Entity as well, you know, like. Don't try and fix too much stuff, because then you're just going to get in your own heads and you're just going to like lose what makes you special.
Let's try and hype them up a little bit more. An MVP has to be awarded here. So who on the side of MonaspA is that going towards?
That little sniper only died 5 times. That's pretty impressive to me.
Oh, that is an
ბიჭო, ავი, არ ვიცი. ეგრევე არ იწყება, ხო? NTT-სთან თამაში, NTT. თამაში მინდა просто მე.
When the game got a bit rough, I think realistically there were times where again they could have ended it earlier, but he at least played a stable game and was able to play behind the wall of aggression that MonaspA did provide. 81% kill participation as well on a sniper in an 80-minute game. Still pretty damn impressive.
You know, he didn't even do the highest hero damage in the game.
Who did?
Funnily enough, Samael did it 105.4k damage in the entire game.
There we go.
That's insane.
And this Leon threw it.
5000 damage გააკეთა. და 5 ჯერ მოგდა მხოლოდ.
Throwing grenades is the worst thing in this fucking game.
ზაღო, ძალიან მაგარი.
These aren't allowed. Even on Leon, do they do the same thing?
How far could he have gone?
Yeah, რატო გამოვიდა?
I thought Leon can't get flashed either way, but
აუ ეს თამაში რა მაგრად მინდა.
Entro entonces.
No, no, hasta ahí. Veanlo a lo negro.
A eso me refiero. ¿Quieres que vaya por lo negro o
Sí,
voy
ya,
por el río
negro,
este que no hemos ido?
Negro, negro, negro.
Vamos.
Negro, negro,
¿No
negro.
queréis falta también este?
¿Qué?
Más fideo.
¿Más fideos?
Sí.
Había un buen paquete para cada uno. Coge.
A mí me dejó en visto. ¿Cómo? Pues lo tienes en el chat. Puedes flamearle. Pero pon @aregodas. Si pones @aregolas o arébolas, no existe. Aregodas TV. Tío, darle el bibi que tenga el bibi.
ო ვიცი, მაგასთან როა თამაში. ეგრევე იწყება, მგონი, ხო?
Yo no lo tendría, obviamente. Te agrego eso.
მგონი ეგრევე იწყება.
¿Dónde estás? ¿Estás? Te pongo bip, aregodas.
Oh, keep him. Let him speak Russian. Guys, I'm not stopping him from speaking Russian.
Yes, you are, man. Man, you keep speaking your fucking disgusting language, man. I can't speak Russian, man. Fuck.
Привет.
Oh, привет, как дела? Как дела, мой друг? Как дела?
You just said the same thing twice.
Да, это правда.
Hello, my name is PSP, and I'm here to troll some
Я так
games.
сильно ненавижу этого смуя человека. Совсем. Мне так сильно надоел. Говорит, бла-бла-бла-бла. Совсем не.
ხმა მოვისმინოთ.
I can go. Dash, he jumped in.
Claro.
Just hit.
I took.
Almost dead.
He's dead. I'm gonna shot him. He's not getting. I shot him. He's not getting. Kill him, guys. Kill him.
Flash him.
Nice, very good.
Beast after. Look, beast. Rush pit.
I'm coming.
He's stepping out.
I don't think we have arrow.
Oh, go. Get the
ვიში რა დასტოინია. იწყება 5 წუთში. რა დასტოინად ლაპარაკობს ვიში. აი მე ყავას გავიკეთებ ახლა. სიგარეტსაც მოვწევ. 5 წუთში მოვასწრებ.
Welcome back. It is our second best of one here. MonaspA took the first one off of Nigma Galaxy, which means they will be facing up against Entity now. And I told you guys I would have a surprise for you on this panel. Well, the surprise I'm happy to introduce is going to be Kezu!
I love Kezu. He's so cool.
Thank you.
It's been almost a whole week since I've had you on panel, Kezu.
Happy to.
It's so nice to have you here.
Who's this guy? I don't know why he's here.
I didn't realize I was a fourth person.
I was cleaning the bathroom and I thought, what's this? It
We're
looks
like, we should
shiny.
bring the janitor on for once.
Yeah, so, you know, I put down my mop, picked up a headset, and here I am.
Wow, that's actually crazy.
I was going to be mean and say after your performance today, it's no surprise you've become a janitor.
Damn. Really cool. Really nice. Insulting your panelists right off the bat.
Congratulations on third, mate. You did fantastic. It's nice to have you in studio as well,
Get
Quinn.
used to it, by the way. She does this every day.
I do a little bit. No, it is really great to have you though, Quinn.
Აი დაიწყეთ ახლა რა აღარ უნდა
the panel on this game. Well, what were your thoughts on MonaspA versus Nigma Galaxy?
I mean, it's
yeah.
It's classic high pressure game for like pseudo elimination. A little bit of that going on. Yeah, I don't know. People make mistakes. People do silly goose things.
Yep.
What was the silliest thing you saw from MonaspA?
There was a lot of blinking in and dying randomly for no reason.
Overplaying, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the best thing you saw from MonaspA? I've got to build them up, you know?
They did kill the enemy throne.
That was good. I like that one.
I'd say if they could do that next game,
they might win.
I would say of all the things they should do that game, they should take away, they should kill the throne.
Okay. That's a very good piece of
advice. This is how he won the major. Good. This is how he won the major. He has the secret
you
strat.
sat your team down?
Sorry.
You sat your team down and you're like, guys, new strat for today.
I figured it out.
We killed the throne.
Try it on for size.
Wow.
And then we'll dabble in it. You might like it for one game. We might not do it for the next
Let me know what you think.
Yeah. And they loved it, clearly.
Yeah,
worked out.
Oh, not today.
One game. It worked out one game.
We killed a throne.
1 out of 3 ain't too bad, you know?
Oh.
Thrones did die. Some of them were ours.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, so MonaspA, you told me what you liked about them, but I want to hear from my other panelists. I'm sorry, Quinn, this isn't just all about you. Kezu, like I said, I haven't had you for a little while. So Entity MonaspA, you've at least gotten to cast some of their games. How are you faring for them the last week, and now that they have to play tiebreakers?
I feel like Entity have been fairly disappointing lately, so I hope that in the
Facebook
they could talk a bit about how they want to play and what they want to pick, because I feel like they've been a bit all over the place. I would say that Stormstormer and Katomi have to do way too much for this team. I would like them to build it a bit more together and then go together in the mid game and try to play the game together, because yeah, like I've said, I feel like they've been a bit of a letdown. As for MonaspA, a bit shaky, as we usually see in these tiebreakers. You have a lot of games to play. It takes a long time, but Nande, I feel like he keeps impressing me in every game that they play.
And do you think he's going to be the wow factor today, Sheep? Do you think that's going to be the standout and potentially a make or break for MonaspA?
I mean, yeah, I think he's just been consistently awesome, like Kezu said. So if he just maintains that consistency into this game and Entity maintain the not so greatness that they have had this entire DPC, then yes, I think it will work out quite well for MonaspA.
Quinn, did you win your series against Entity? I don't actually remember. This isn't a flame.
We did.
Probably.
Okay,
Yeah, we did.
all right. Okay.
Probably.
Probably.
I mean, they had a good score. Entity score not so good, so by logical.
Yeah, I mean,
they did lose to Order of Thunder, so I just had to double check.
We did. I appreciate you making sure. That's qualities of a good host.
I wouldn't want to mistalk.
You know what happens when you assume.
Exactly.
No, so I mean,
ტიპების ხედან და ჭორაობენ, ამაში უხდიან ფულს.
Disruptor, and then the next like 46 games they lost with no disruptor.
Yeah.
So it's annoying because they know going into this series there's not going to be a disruptor, and they're going to have to be. I don't know. They just have trouble finding Fishman heroes recently. I think they've been trying this Elder Titan and have had very little success with it. Their DP hasn't been working. They've been getting all their heroes that aren't disruptor, and they're just losing with all of it. So you're like in this weird position where like, what do we actually believe in or want to pick? We lose with every.
ეს გოგო როგორ ვიპოვო Instagram-ზე?
Strange to find a way to.
On Facebook-ზე ამას რა ქვია ის ვინმე?
You guys, that's our sponsor, esportsbet.io. If you guys didn't know, they have
წეგან დაიწერა და ვერ მოვასწარი
platform where you guys can get 3,000 free tokens, which is roughly $3 per hour, by simply watching your favorite Western Europe DPC games. You can head on over to esportsbet.io. Start earning, you don't have to place a bet to get those tokens. Now that one's out of the way, Sheep, haven't really heard from you too much more other than the
warp.
If Nande stays consistent. So Entity, I do feel that there's a little bit of issue maybe on some Stormstormer heroes. Whilst he's been playing great, I do think it's very easy to telegraph or to pigeonhole himself. And then Toby, I think, is also maybe the question mark right now for Entity in their playstyle.
Is Toby the question mark?
I'm not going to flame people like that. You know, we talked about this.
We can't flame people like that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I do think Stormstormer has like
he's got a lot
he's
of
been having a big
25000 კაცი უყურებს
Yeah.
Minecraft-ის თამაშს.
And they like first pick his or first phase his heroes like his invokers and stuff, but it's still not working out, which I think kind of sucks.
The crazy thing about the invokers, we could see it first phase, and then the next game we could still see invoker, but it's last pick, and that's what worries me. That is what worries me the most. Is it's the same hero, and you're willing to have it your overall
but
last
in
pick?
that one they had a Chen, which I don't believe.
Rokos არ აკნედა ის.
Out of that equation, then maybe the invoker fares a little bit better. But that's the thing. It's like they're picking weird heroes, like you talked about. Just like they played with like the OD, they played with this Chen. It feels like their drafts are a little all over the place, and also still like from last tour, like they're playing with Rubik's like super high priority. Which I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like the other sports just seem to be in general much stronger. Like you talked about them.
ადრე ხო ქონდა მახსოვს რომ ქონდა მონასპას ის რო იყო სპონსორი მაშინ იყო ხოლმე შეგეძლო დაწერა მაგრამ
I don't know, you lose like 1 HP or something, and now they just never pick Dirge. Like, what happened?
აშკარად არ არის.
Picking Dirge. Why don't they pick Dirge anymore? Like, it's so good for this team. There's like weird things like this. I don't really understand.
I fully agree.
League of Legends-ში არის გადაო.
And Entity just ignored it completely. Like, it was left in the pool. It was unmanned, unpicked.
Here it comes.
And absolutely snapped away.
MonaspA doing them a favor. They banned DP. New strat.
And there's the Disruptor ban, of course.
Of course. All right.
I have absolutely no idea what entity is going to pick.
Marana, Beast. Oh, Beast is banned.
ამგოს უეჭველი ბევრი ფოლოვერი ყავს Instagram-ზე და მაგიტომ მიყავს.
Zap potentially.
ყოფილი დოტას მოთამაშე.
That's possible. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because Entity likes melee fours. They like tinies and clocks and things like this, and those are not heroes you want to pick against Dirge, really. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Well, you're wrong.
I was wrong. She was right. At the bottom.
Yeah, so you can't talk anymore, Alex.
Yeah, let's go. Oh my god, they went straight out the gate with a Sunday Morphling.
Okay, hold it. I don't know if you saw the game. They 6-7 Morphling once in
Let him cook? Did he win?
Let him cook.
Morphy.
I'm pretty sure they lost.
Nantes Morphy გაიჭდა.
There's no way that this can win.
Do you remember the series?
No. But if you pull up DOTA buff and you see a 6-7 Morphling somewhere.
Entity only, I'm sorry.
You pull up MonaspA.
Okay, I'm pulling up MonaspA.
You can check it out.
Okay, I'm going.
So yeah, they love Morphling. Nande is very good on it. I would say this first two support opening of Rubik Marana doesn't really inspire me too much, but you know, it is just a whatever support opening. So if you can set up for your next picks, it's probably fine. I would want to pick my offlaner out of phase.
It was against OG and they won.
There you go. So they won with 6-7 Morphling.
დეკა დაუბანეს.
It was with Undying.
There you go.
Beastmasteri, რა კაია Beastmasteri რო დაბანეს MonaspA-ს წინა თამაშები. სუბისტი თამაშობდა ის. Desire.
I mean, I think the DK ban from
თუ მესამე ვინ ყავთ? გონიეგარი.
up and up recently. They just won with it. I think banning things that are like good in late game or give you ease of execution whenever it's, you know, choke mode, I think is very nice. You ban DK, you ban stuff like Doom, you just ban stuff that like makes it easy for them to play. On the flip side, Entity has some of that. You have like Rubik throwback to save in late game. You have Potamult to like give you help in team fights in later game. You know, maybe they pick some Pangolier that like out the face, something like that. They can flex it mid off. You know, just some stuff that makes the game easy for you. Get some game counters from more.
გამატება არ მინდა, გამოწერა მინდა, ნუგზა, რო ხაი რომ გამოიწერონ ჩემი არხი.
Can we have like a counter in the corner for every time Quinn makes a choking noise?
He always does the hands as well, so when the camera's not showing, it's quite sad. He's just like off camera.
I have a genuine question off the back of that, right?
Yeah.
What is the difference between having a one-dimensional strat or like an easy-to-read strat and having an easy-to-execute strategy? Like, where is the line when it's too much, this is one-dimensional and we know how to shut it down, to this is now easy to execute for you, but you still have multiple win conditions or whatever?
I mean, I think it might depend on how well the team is adapting. There are some teams, maybe like a MonaspA, who's not really going to counterpick your strat that hard. So you can go down this line of like, we're just going to pick this strat, and MonaspA is also just going to pick their strat. And you're going to end up with like sort of two very different lineups that don't necessarily counter each other per se. Right. They're just people picking like their comfort zones, because I think both of these teams are like, they're not super like counterpicky. So probably for both of these teams, you can just sort of like show whatever the heck you want early on. And neither team is really going to counter it that much. They're kind of just going to pick their favorite heroes.
Okay.
I mean, MonaspA pretty much just want to pick heroes and play lineups that just run at you. So I think I agree with Quinn. They're not going to like look too much at what you have. They're going to have SSA Spartan. He's going to play Disruptor, Snapfire, or Zombie. And he's either going to run in first or maybe Cookie in first with Snapfire and give you all the damage. And then he yells at the rest to go in. And that's how they want to play, no matter the heroes they have. It's always the same.
Yeah. Oh.
Mr. Damn. The Lycan man. Quinn needs to play game show.
Holy.
Yeah, I was gonna say at this point we've had the Undying reenactment and the Lycan reenactment.
Yeah, I mean, there's the offlaner at the phase, like you said. There is a Doom ban.
აი, ჩემ კამერას
This
გავთიშო.
lane might be rough, potentially.
Or Entity?
Yes, for Entity. I think Undying Morphling would probably have a rough.
Very free time.
I've seen that matchup before, and Lycan came out of the lane crying. Sounded almost like Quinn.
He should.
Yeah.
You heard him.
I did. I heard.
It was sad. He was licking his wounds and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between
So
his legs.
yeah.
Like Giga out farmed. It's like, how do you? And then, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe they have some idea, like they want to do some Ursa on 18 and do like Ags Ursa biting
მე ხო ვცდილობ რომ
like some stuff that scales pretty scary.
რას ლაპარაკობენ გავიგო, მაგრამ ისე ჩქარე ლაპარაკობენ რომ არ მესმის ამათი ინგლისური.
But eventually, and you know, we're chilling. Watermelon.
I think my favorite thing is not saying anything when a hero gets picked and just seeing how you filled the void of the silence.
I like
what about
saying
the
fruit. Squirrel.
Watermelon. Squirrel.
Hero.
Nice.
Yeah.
You didn't have a noise from Undying. What was that?
I did have.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did.
უხელა მიკროფონები უკეთია თესახეს უფარავს.
Sorry, I give it a hearty chuckle.
Yeah, I mean, now with these two heroes picked, maybe the Ursa becomes, you know, even more of a reality. You know, Watson has a pretty big hero pool. He could do something like a Monkey King. There's the Ursa. I mean, everyone kind of stole this duo from Tundra, this Tide Hoodwink. They picked it at TI. It's just like a very strong line. You have this
What about
the Q? Like, I don't know, it's an obnoxious lane.
I would have preferred like some Monkey or Ursa type hero because it makes the lane better. I feel like in Naga, you can maybe try to emulate something that Tundra do, where you play the map very open with some Moonlight Shadow, you have all this vision, you have summons, you have illusions.
Yeah.
It's maybe not my favorite type of pick, but I can see why you want to do it. Tide is a fairly immobile hero, as is Undying. You can maybe try to choose your fights. So yeah, it's, if that's their idea, then I can kind of get behind it.
If MonaspA want to like run at you though, or just be able to put themselves out on the map, isn't it kind of sad here that Entity have basically given them like 2 free lanes already?
Yeah, I mean, MonaspA definitely will not have issue farming in lanes. I mean, there's this other strange dynamic of, like, Entity has a whole lot of poke, a whole lot of chip, and not much, like, actual oomph type of damage. And when you're playing against Dirge, you're playing against Tide, you're playing against some borderline unkillable morph, like, how are they killing a morphling this game? Like, there can be some weird point where if MonaspA are getting items, but suddenly Entity, you're looking at them and like, huh,
we can't.
All right, go rat.
Yeah.
Perfect. So what you're saying is we're in stall for another 60+ minute game.
ამაში დაიწყება ჩავთო.
Say that.
I'll say it very likely. Yeah.
Split across the map.
I mean, the thing is, if Entity fall behind, they will not be able to fight for a long time, and they are very good at just being very annoying on the map, like Tundra would be if they're behind. Where
Inker-ი კაი იქნება, ზევსი დაუბანეს.
Pulling around with some illusions, you have some random moonlight shadows where you're like, okay, maybe they're coming, let's back off. Whereas MonaspA, they're a bit more slow. They need to get more, you know, net worth on this morphling and then kind of go with that. But for Entity, this is where I feel like usually Stormstormer just has to do a lot for this team. So maybe it's good that they're giving him a later pick in the draft. They're banning OD, which I feel like would have been
დაიბანა, რა თქმა უნდა.
for Entity's draft, unless it has some insane matchup and then goes from there. But maybe they can show me something that's cool.
I actually wanted to ask, because we have a mid player, how does it feel when you have a draft like this where both mids are like left for last and the pool kind of like narrows down pretty hard? How does like the dynamic become of like picking in the last phase for 2 mids?
It's pretty weird. You have to think about, like, you have to have some, like, there's a pool of heroes.
დაუბანეს Tinker-ი.
Similar and sometimes it's different. And you need to think about like what each team wants, and then ban some crap that you're not interested in that they are. Like you have to find like the in-between heroes, and you also
დაუბანეს Tinker-ი.
Orthodox picks because
like Tinker,
likely, yeah, like Tinker, because likely you're not going to get like Pangos and
I mean,
like
does Wish
and standard stuff.
Does Wish not play Pango? Wouldn't you just insta-lock Pango here?
I don't know if he does play Pango.
We haven't seen him play Pango at all this tour.
I think he's actually not a Pango.
How do you not play Pango in 2023?
Like this?
I mean, I guess so.
Play Tinker instead.
His Tinker is pretty based. I will not, you know, hate on that.
Paki არ იქნებოდა, Ember Spirit-ი вообще.
X2. But how do you not? So what is your? If he doesn't play Pango, what do you think he should pick here? Because every other hero, Tide wants to chill, Morph wants to chill, Undying isn't gonna do anything, and Hoodwink wants to like play with someone and actually do something on the map.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does Wish play Ember?
Yes.
I could see Ember.
I was gonna say, does he? We haven't seen it again this tour. He hasn't played Ember at all.
This guy, what is his pool?
Tiny, clearly.
I mean, Tiny is like a hero that's not the easiest to counterpick in lane unless you want to pick like the super obnoxious heroes, which I don't know if Stormstormer is gonna pick like Necrophos or Viper or something here. you know, it's okay. It gives them a stun, whatever. It's not particularly good against Entity's heroes. I don't think it's like a great tiny game, but it's all right for what MonaspA has. Maybe not the best pick, but I think it's you know, it's something they're comfortable with. They have a pretty solid lineup. Yeah, okay.
Someone, who does play Pango.
The other player who actually does play Pango, he will pick it up, sure.
Yeah. I mean, Pango very good for Entity's lineup. You know, Pango against Tiny is not the greatest matchup for Pango, but it's like fine. It's like a totally drawable matchup. You can even win on Pango if you're good at the matchup. So, I don't know. I think the Pango and Tiny picks sway it a bit more to Entity for me, just because Pango's kind of a rigged hero.
I agree.
I don't know. There's a world where lanes go poorly for Entity and they go rat mode, and MonaspA clutches it up.
Yeah, it does seem kind of hard for them to deal with the rat mode though, because like they don't have any natural bots buyers really, and dealing with that seems so hard. But they have really good bursts. So like if MonaspA ever playing on Vision, they can just blow up someone on Entity so friggin' quick and turn the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that.
საინტერესო იქნება ძალიან.
Nande perform again and they do well in their lanes and they get to like kind of ball up and dictate the early game, which I feel like they have to, otherwise they just auto lose. But I have a bit more faith in this Pango. I feel like the hero scaling is very strong. You have a pretty decent liking game. Sure, his lane isn't too good, but I think the way the game will play out is that Entity will delay. They will hold the game. Pango will get a couple items, and every time he rolls, they all want to cry.
All right, I want the minute mark for how long you think this game's going to go, because we have had some absolute bangers today. We've had so many hour-long games. Whoever gets the closest, I'll buy them a pizza.
Damn.
Oh, I don't want a pizza.
Okay, then I'll buy you pasta.
44 minutes.
56.
44?
Yep.
44. Well, I gotta write this down. 44. Yep, 56.
And I'll go 60.
კინა თამაშიც მაგ ხელა ქონდა ბიჭო.
$1, okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I would have $4'd you. Anyway, we can argue about this off camera. We're gonna watch.
საათდამა კასილარი თორე მართლა დავდებდი უნდა მოსოვიყო.
And our casters are OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much. Now, yes, time for another best of one here in the three-way tiebreaker. This time, Entity versus MonaspA. Fog, what have we got with the drafts? Well, we've got the, you were very much saying to me you like to see the Nande Morphling. It came out early in the draft. Do you think Entity's coming with some solid response to Morph, or could this Morph do it for MonaspA? Because MonaspA, they win this game, they're staying in Div 1.
I mean, they definitely have answers. I think, like, I'm always just astonished because Wish, like they're saying, he doesn't play the Pango. It did feel like a perfect pick for him to be able to go for it, but he stays with his comfort. Yeah. He goes for his Tiny that maybe could actually cause problems, because I think this Pango pick is actually perfect. This super space-making hero makes space for the Naga. Same thing for Lycan to make space for Naga. So perhaps Entity is going to be able to do it, but MonaspA, they've made magic happen time and time before when they've had Nande on this Morphling, and he is set up for success in the lane. He's got an Undying backing him up. He's versus the Lycan, so I've got like I got like a 55% faith on the side of MonaspA. Even though I do probably prefer Entity's draft, I believe in Nande Morphling.
All right, well, let's see if indeed Nande can get the win here for MonaspA. Honestly, his contribution in the last game, it was very impactful. Sniper with the rapier.
Nande's Morphling ძალიან კაია.
Being the exact kind of the dream sort of carry that you need in these best of ones. Yeah. Let's see if Entity have it in them to be able to trip MonaspA up, and of course make that third best of one that we'll be going into today count for something.
Yeah, and let's see if
რუბიკმა რა უნდა მოიპაროს ერთი ისეთი. ტომბი, რევეიჯი, არ მგონია რევეიჯი მოიპაროს.
10 is a lot. I feel
კაი მოსაპარის პელები აქვს.
Everyone probably watching, we've all been there. We've all had a 10-game loss streak, but have we had an 11-game loss streak? You know what I mean? 10's got to be the limit. You know what I mean? You don't have more than 10 losses in a row. Anyway, actually, maybe some of you guys and girls watching do. It can be rough for some of us out there in the ranked world, but yeah, 10 losses? No, that's. I'm sure Entity's going to try their best to put a stop to that here.
People get full red pages all the time.
How many losses actually is a full red page? That is actually it's more than 10. I think it's about like 13 or something.
Something like that.
I'm checking out. This is what really matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
You have 11 in a row lost already.
What? Shut up. Anyway, no, it's 11. 11 games would be a full page of red losses. So Entity,
so this
they don't want this would be a full page of losses for Entity. Ain't nobody want a full page of losses.
Tons of tips coming out. And of course, other thing we do have to point out is Fishman, it really has been the story of just him not being able to get his heroes, getting his Disruptor and dying. Again and again, teams have really just learned how to address Entity's drafting problem, or draft, like, their smaller hero pools in a lot of situations. So let's see what he's going to be able to do as this Marana. This looks like a pretty strong lane that they're playing up against too. It's the Tide Under the Hoodwink, a classic that we see Tundra do all the time. So let's see if they are going to be able to set up this Naga.
10 წელი ვთამაშობ.
Got to reset myself still a little bit after that last game.
10 წელი რო ითამაშებ და MMR-ს ვერ აწევ, ნუბი ხარ.
Really, I've had some crazy games today. It's been a fantastic day.
მაგრამ რას იწევ, რუსებთან როცა თამაშობს ეგრე გიწევს.
And the chat will have been with us throughout it all so far. And, we hope that we can continue to bring yet another banger of a game here.
Staring a lot at how these lanes end up going. Mid, as Quinn was saying, this can be a winnable matchup for the Pango. Most of the time we do see the Tiny pull up a little bit ahead. It's a very skill-based matchup just because that base damage advantage. So we'll see how Stormstormer is able to do. Yeah, it does look like, honestly, like 3 pretty strong lanes, I would say, for the side of MonaspA.
Okay.
Oh, look at those denies. He got 3 of them.
არა შუალედში რაღაც ჯამში 2 წელი დანებებული მქონდა.
I'm just staring at mid.
Yeah, see if Wish continues to crush it here.
შევაბერდი ამ თამაშს. მარტო მე გადავჭი ვინც თამაშობდა. ადრე ჩემთან ერთად.
Wish, yeah, he knows the matchup.
Good stuff.
Does get the range creep nice. Yeah, good stuff.
Playing nicely with the shield crash.
All right, things kind of evening out there with these first 2 waves. Bottom, yeah, they are.
უში ძალიან კაი აქვს ახლა NTT-ს. ნაგას ილუზიები და ლაიკანის გლები.
Okay, I was going to say, is he not going to bring something for like maybe some
კრიპებს გადაიბირებს.
So we'll be harassed a little bit from the Riptide that's going to come out at level 2, and the extra right clicks is going to come out from Fishman. Top though, I think this is going to be the biggest struggle for me for Entity. Toby, how is he going to be able to do? He's had a lot of rough games recently. Of course, now he's playing one of his more comfortable matchups, but he is versus this Undying, which is always very annoying to play against. They are going to have also in mid game and stuff like that too. It's going to take, of course, time.
They're going to go for it.
Toby.
They're going to go for it. Tombstone's up.
First blood.
This is its first blood for sure. Oh,
they want to give it to Nande.
But Nande's not quite in range.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
That was a bit of a mistake there.
15 HP-თ გადარჩა.
Sometimes you just got to take the kill.
Oh, and honestly though, this also is
pretty brutal. This is also kind of patch. Yeah, that's true. I mean, what's he going to do? Deny to neutrals? Probably, right?
Crips შეაკრავს ეხათ.
Deny to neutrals or deny to a tower.
Yeah. You got to look to do that because you need to get back to the lane ASAP.
And Katomi, he's trying.
რა ძალიან ბევრი დაკარგა ეხლა ამან. აქამდე უნდა იქნა ეს.
And means that he will at least have that TP to get back up to the top lane. So yeah, not the first blood, but still very much a rough couple of moments there for the Lycan.
I wonder if that actually feels maybe worse. I don't know. It takes him so long to come back up here. So yeah, we're gonna see Nande get that free farm mid. Seeing a bit of a trade back and forth.
ნანდეს არ გაუჭირდება ლეინზე დგომა. კომბი როცა იქნება ცული ჩხუბებენ.
Yeah, giving Nande morph a good start here. The dream really for MonaspA. He's played so well in this hero so many times.
And it's what he says. It's a nice lane for the morph and just overall a good game. And what are sort of the biggest threats to the morph this game?
Diffusal timing for the Pango, and then the eventual like super late game stuff like that. But also.
აი ტაიმი შეუძლია ბლინკი რო იქნება მარტივად მოიცილოს რუპიკი და მირანა.
These things can add up when he's just standing his ground inside.
ტოსი ავალანჩის კომბო ძალიან იმბა არის.
He's going to itemize to deal with it. Concentrates bottom. Skylark, now he's fine. He's got the 2 points in passive. Oop, takes a tower hit, but should be fine. 2 points in passive plus the anchor smash should be able to withstand pretty much any pressure.
Yeah.
Fishman.
Yeah, Ring of Health as well.
Yeah. So. And he is going to go the Meteor Hammer build, so okay, cool. See a bit of a split, especially from some teams. How this one versus the Nagasar honestly does feel kind of nice, especially just being able to poke the tower constantly as top again.
So I got it.
Stepped right up there.
Way too far.
This will be first blood. Yeah, this time Spartan, he'll take it. He's not going to wait around trying to give that one to Nande. Yeah, they're playing this top lane very, very well. I mean, they've played it many times before. The Morph and Undying, it's a solid combo here for MonaspA.
It's tough to play most of these like strength heroes versus, but Toby, all in all, his last hits are pretty decent. 20 and 3. But yeah, giving up that kill. Nande off to a fresh start. Seeing Stormstormer though, he is actually doing incredibly well in this matchup. 26 and 3 to the 22 and 3 of Wish. So.
არა ნანდეს ლეინი ეფუშებოთ.
We did see Wish get the denies, but there's been actually no more denies.
ზომბები ძალიან ფუშავენ ლეინს.
Up top. Got to be careful how much they commit kind of towards, even towards Spartan in some of these situations, because it's not too difficult for Nande to waveform over and join.
Yeah, and you have to be very aware of the cooldown as well on Tombstone.
Yeah.
Like you should know it's like that 90-second cooldown. So right now you can get a bit aggressive onto him, but in 20 seconds or so, have to be careful how far you step up because either one of you will just die immediately.
Aura runas იღებს ნახე.
It's going to be able to get the refuel with the bounty.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, top lane, as you say, Tombstone's back up. Toby and Katomi, they have to have that in mind. Yeah. They cannot afford to get close, otherwise they will die against these two.
Lane at least is, I mean, in a pretty okay spot. Actually, now right now it comes back into Nande's favor, and you see Spartan, he's already positioning himself to go for aggression here. He's taking a beating though. These wolves, they do hurt. First rotation, we're seeing both of the 4 positions. I mean, Katomi, he wants to leave top just to be able to check the rune because he knows now at this point that Desire is going to start checking runes and stacking, so they do have to help out their mid laners to get this rune in. Stormstormer, he's hit 6, but so has Wish. Who's going to get lucky?
Spartan.
One
more decay, but the walls will be upon him.
He could just die here. 1 or 2 more hits. One more from Katomi. He's got a Fade Bolt as well. Got some.
Yeah.
I mean, Toby's got to be a bit careful here. He's standing his ground against Nande.
ერთიც.
He's dead.
Oh boy.
Nande just
ეკეჩენია ნანდი არ გაუშვა. აუ ეს აიდან მოვიდა ბიჭო გადაო.
So I guess at the end of the day they were just trying to bait Nande.
არა solo kill იყო და კაია.
Time for Stormstormer to come over and kill him. But Nande getting a kill on the way out there.
Crisp rotation from Stormstormer. I mean, a natural one as well too. He was already just kind of like walking up there after not getting the rune. Not bad, not bad. But definitely not wanting to give these kills to the Morph.
ბიჭო მეც ვუშაობ ხოლმე, მაგრამ სადღაც 2 საათამდე არ ვიძინებ ხოლმე და მე რჩივნე ეს გამესტრიმა. საერთოდ ეს დავიძინებ რა ამის მერე. პირველი საათი.
And even the tower, so they do have to keep someone down here. What? Desire, sorry, Sarlark, my bad.
It's right, it's getting late.
Yeah, it's getting late, my bad. Wish. It is spotted, so he goes invis, but it's under this ward here, but still looking to make this aggressive move. Katomi, which way is he gonna go?
Yeah, no hesitation, we drop it down to Tombstone. And
he actually gets the onto the tiny, but it doesn't matter. I mean, Wish, he's still here.
He's leading the way here. They might be able to look for Toby as well.
Sure can.
Avalanche in from Wish. Stormstorm's going to come in with a swashbuckle and Rolling Thunder to try and help out, but already Nande claims the kill.
Can they get Wish? He's pretty tanky.
And again with another pass by the Rolling Thunder. Arrow will not connect.
Ero გაიმაზა. მირანას მოკვდება.
Again will come crashing past Nande. He's going aggressive onto Fishman.
The leap.
Won't quite be able to connect with the waveform, but Desire's in with the bushwhack.
Nice.
Catch the Marana. See if Stormstormer and Katomi can get some sort of a cleanup here. They're chasing down Spartan. And Spartan, he can head over to the Ancients. Actually, there's no Ancients there at the moment, so Stormstormer will be able to snipe him with the swashbuckle. Nande, though, he'll manage to walk out of this one. So again, you know, Entity getting some kills at the play top, but overall, Nande getting involved in this early action and able to walk out alive.
Stormstormer is getting a ton of kills here. 2-0 and 1 with his rotations. He's gone for corrosion, so it's not going to be that super.
Skylarkმა გაიტანა თავი უკვე მერვე წუთზე და მეტეორი უდევს საღოლ.
Feels like in this game the difficulty is just so valuable, especially with this type of start. But either way, little nitpicking stuff. As bottom, we do see Skylark. He's bullied the Naga Siren out of the lane, and he's actually taken a very early tower. He could look to swing towards mid very early on in this tide.
I'm in top. Stormstormer is just continuing to make these aggressive plays here. Look for these kills early on.
Nice body blocks.
Get the decay off Spartan, but Swashbuckle's back up, and Stormstormer claims another life.
This last big Pango.
კარგად აკონტროლებს კლებს.
It's very high levels also, level 8. So matching that tiny with that rotation. Wish though, he is going to have a very early timing on his blink dagger. They're going for the sneaky arrow. Won't be able to get it as bottom. He got such
Aw, ხემოუჭრა.
Stop that bushwhack connection, so Watson able to live. Top lane
Nande?
for Nande. He'll simply TP out. Oh, that crit coming in there with the ult.
ხელა ჩარტ.
He needed that crit and he'll get it.
Oh, that's beautiful timing there too. Now they can get the tower as well. That was literally split second there. Perfect crit. And Watson, he's actually the one who does dodge the gank, because you were saying, of course, the Coiling Blade to cut the tree. Big start for Toby. One of the better laning starts I've seen him have in some time. Stormstormer.
They're getting the kills and they're building a bit of a lead now. Here, Entity. Katomi with a stolen bushwhack. He's going to be able to use that against Desire. Desire will be able to turn with the original bushwhack in return to catch Katomi.
Right, I'd hunter გადავიდეს Revage აქ.
6 now. Entity starting to just show sort of better control over the map at this point.
Better
These moves that they're getting away with, yeah.
Network-ში პირველზე არის.
From the two supports playing with Stormstormer, who has an Arcane Rune now too. Skylark will get that Meteor Hammer down, but yeah, Arcane Rune, one of the best runes, of course, you can get on the Pango, especially at this point early. Wish should be fine, and Wish, he's about to have Blink Dagger. Yeah. So still very fast timing for the Tiny that's going to look to be able to kick up the pace, but honestly, with the Morphling on Dying Lane, they're not that far ahead, even though they're not actually ahead at all. Even though they got these kills early on because of these rotations that's come out from Stormstormer. It's a 3k lead actually for Entity already.
Yeah, very impressive start. And honestly, the most of that a lot of that lead really is on the fact that Katomi's pretty rich on this Rubik, right?
Yeah, he's level 7 as well too. Some very good spells he can steal this game. He almost gets walked down from a creep plus a wolf.
I mean, they're going to try and make a play towards Nande. They know he's farming on his own on this part of the map. They're coming in with the smoke.
They've got the bushwhack too on the Rubik.
Shifted up a fair bit of strength. It's going to be enough to buy him some time. The jump avalanche and at least hold back Katomi and Fishman. You see Stormstormer still looking for Nande. They'll find him. You cannot run from this Pango. Stormstormer dominating now. They will lose Katomi off to the side, but they get that big kill. They take out Nande.
He truly is owning. Is he going to get caught though? He might.
It's a very high value kill if they can take him down. He'll have Swashbuckle back up in a second.
See
if there's any way he can play his way out of this one. Try his best.
He'll make him work for it at the least. It's another blink in 2 seconds with an avalanche. They got him. Big money for Wish there.
And that's going to do a good job of pushing him towards his next time. Meanwhile, in the mid, Skylark very close to being able to take down this tier 1 with the pressure that he's moved over to put on it. Another round of the Meteor Hammer, and that'll do it. Tower goes down. Arrow does connect.
Do they have enough to go from, though? He's got max crack in the Anchor Smash, so
it's very difficult, especially with Wish hovering around at the side, ready to jump in if necessary. Also,
Blinky აქვს Wish. Არტივად მოიპარავს supportებს.
Try and make the move towards Toby top with this smoke.
Toby's been left alone for quite some time up here. He's 1-3 and 4, but his net worth is very, very good. He's going to have very good timing.
He knows as well. He's already backing away from this top wave. Knows that this sort of swing's coming in from Wish.
And tons of space being made for Watson. Top net worth now on this Nagasarn. Even though he did get pushed out of lane a little early on, of course, versus that Tide. Yeah, they're making so much work. So many movements coming out from Stormstormer. His defusal, 400 gold away. So going to continue to build the pressure and shut down Nande, who's bottom of the course at the moment, only by a small margin. But he is about 800 gold away from that Naga. They're going to give him some of the stacks, all the neutral items. Back to even with that.
Well, the line's been drawn here by Entity. They want to sweep through the jungle of MonaspA, maybe considering the fact that MonaspA might get baited towards making a move on Toby as Toby starts to push that top wave again.
Yeah, I think they're expecting this movement. They also have, I believe, vision for a quick second. They saw Wish making the move over.
Wish would be a pretty nice catch, but Swashbuckle won't quite tickle him.
Doesn't quite have the defusal yet on Stormstormer either, which is a massive increase in damage. Very deep aggressive vision, though, that they're putting down on the side of Entity. They want to control this area.
I mean, do MonaspA want to fight into this?
Fighting into Skylark is still a little bit difficult.
Okay.
They're going to look to go for the jump. They're on Wish.
He tries for the combo onto Katomi, but indeed Stormstormer's got the Rolling Thunder on. Comes across the Ravage. It's going to catch on to Toby.
Ai Ravage იყო. აუ მოიპარა რუბიკმა Ravage.
A Desire, he's getting focused down by the wolves. He's trying to run.
Stormstormer.
Both the supports are gone on top of Wish as well. 3 dead on MonaspA.
I mean, Wish, he jumps into them there and allows him to just get a free initiation onto him. A very over-aggressive play gets punished.
Yeah, and Katomi's Ravage ends up being way better than that of Skylark's.
Absolutely, he did not cover it. Ravage just started casting Meteor Hammer, so he just kind of gives him the option to steal it.
Yeah, that's not going to be the combo when there's a Rubik in the game.
No. And mid, Toby, he's getting significant tower pressure off of that too. And now the Diffusal Blade, I believe it is about to be finished up. And Watson, he's just soaking that space. Entity, looking very good right now.
Let's see where they go for next now. Still holding on to this lead, Entity, and feeling very safe in the fact that Watson has had such a free start to this game now.
I mean,
good timings. I mean, if he's able to get that heart online in good time, it's going to be difficult, really, for MonaspA to make a move to kill this Naga Siren once the heart's online.
Absolutely.
Very tanky.
It's going to all be up to Nande, really, at that point, to be able to deal with him and dish out the damage.
Yeah.
And yeah, Nande, he has been slow.
Wolfie farmos გაიაკი. ნუ ჯერ ამ 15 წუთია მანტა უეჭველი უნდა რა.
Uses his Ravage and Meteor Hammer combo.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not going to make that mistake again. He will be dead, though.
Stormstormer is, I mean, he's playing one of the best games that we've seen from him in some time. 5-1 and 6.
I feel like we do get these games sometimes where it's like, how on earth did this team, you know, a lot of these teams, when they get this last pick,
უბრალოდ ძალიან ძლიერი push-ი აქვს.
Of a player so comfortable upon it, it's, you know, there's definitely going to be an element of regret you feel from MonaspA when, you know, if this does end up going downhill for them against this last pick Pango that Stormstorm was able to get in this game.
The hero has an 80% win rate, as we see there, pretty much 78.9. I mean, it's pretty crazy. As Stormstormer also gets a rune, so he's going to be able to top off. He's going to be able to keep his presence on the map. He is everywhere. I love that he's also, this is the second time now I've seen him bring out, he brought 3 clarities earlier, now he brought 4 clarities. Sure, he's got the regen, but you can see the idea behind it. He's just trying to keep his presence on the map constantly to keep slowing down anything that MonaspA can really do early. Yeah, it's absolutely working. MonaspA looking to make another smoke play. Yeah, very difficult to ever find Watson.
They want to try and connect with Skylark. Ravage is back up.
მანტა აქვს თითქმის ცოტა გადარჩა.
He's got the Manta, so maybe he can look to get involved here soon. Of course, wants to get Aghanim so that he can always turn into like the Naga Siren and stuff like that and steal the stats, and that's going to take a lot longer. But he could look to get involved with this team soon. But Entity, they're the ones making the first move.
He's still got Ravage.
ევიჩი გვაქვს.
It's a
გაკეთე რა.
just throw it out.
აი მარტო
He does.
Throws it out onto Skylark. As Skylark getting caught once again.
And Spartan even being ran down by some illusions here. Things are accelerating very quickly here as Toby.
ის ბუცი რო იყიდა ამ დაიგმა.
They could probably go for a Roshan pretty soon.
ილუზიებისგან თავდასაღწევ. ვაიმე.
Just off the mark. Yeah, they can just walk into Roche though. The space has been made.
I mean, what are you going to do? You have no Skylark for 10 seconds. When he's up, there will be Ravage, but this Roche is going to go down pretty fast, pretty safely as well with the illusions and the summons out.
There's no way they can fight here. Uh-oh, MonaspA. 1 or 2 of these mistakes so far this game have really compounded, and also just the very good movements really on top of that from Entity have just been beautiful. Everything just really Stormstormer is super clutch this game. 12 of the 14 kills are just because of his rotations. And yeah, they give him the Aegis, so they're really prioritizing just making sure this Pango has the best game ever. And I'm sure Watson's also saying, I'm not even in the game. Like I'm just jungling. You're making all the plays happen, so you take Aegis so you can keep posing a threat.
Oh, ნაგას თითქოს ტარას გაქვს უკვე.
I mean, what is the move here for MonaspA now that Entity has this Aegis?
It's not easy because Stormstormer is just always the first one making the move. Tombstone on the high ground. Spartan.
I'll see him there.
როგორი მალება
He's
ბიჭო.
got the backup of Wish, honestly. Nearly gets Fishman, but the leaps will be enough to save him.
Wish. Does he have them? The zombies, they give vision. Oh.
ვაიმე.
Can't quite. Every single time it's Stormstormer, he's doing the first move.
აი მანტა აქვს უკვე.
Shift back in a second. They can start pressuring top tower.
And very hard for MonaspA to turn up and defend these sort of objectives.
It's also because it's under vision. That early ward that Katomi had placed on high ground, they see everything. So they see Skylark just walking in toward it here top. Yeah, they don't even have to commit for the tower. They're just letting the Granite Golem do it. Almost fully brought down. Watson will run right into Nande. Nande, pretty low on the HP pool. But Watson does get forced away. And Watson, I mean, he pretty much has the hard finish.
Yeah, it's just massive. These timings are coming out perfectly for the Naga Siren in this game.
They're definitely going to lack a lot of damage to be able to deal with him until that Morphling is fully online. Nobody else really touches that Naga.
Oh,
Mike issue.
Mike? Yeah, I mean, they're probably not going to be able to dive in on this, right? They do have the Aegis, but Rolling Thunder's actually up in a few seconds.
Oop, his mic is dead. Uh-oh.
It's dead! Oh, no.
They're applying so much pressure, though, at this point. MonaspA, you can just feel that they're totally on the back foot, just having to wait and wait and wait. And the waiting game doesn't really feel like it benefits them as this Morphling, even though, yes, it's Morph versus Nagasar and stuff like that. Nobody else really deals with them, and there are a lot of things to actually address this Morph. Overwhelming damage, really, from the side of Entity because of how Stormstormer's been able to have this start. Level 13 on the Pango. Echo Saber done for Wish, so still a decent amount of farm for him, though, but yeah, definitely not feeling that same impact by any means compared to him and the Pango. Their thing is, too, is like looking at their heroes. BKB, oh, we're gonna wait for that in a second. Stormstormer's in.
Yeah, he's in. Oh, Desire trying to push himself back with the ultimate himself. But Stormstormer, he'll be able to sweep through the trees, find the setup. They take Desire down.
Oh, and he gives up Sharpshooter. Oh, that's definitely not one you want to give up when you have Tidehunter, especially too. You can just break the Tide down. They can focus him.
We gotta watch out for the players from Katomi now. If he gets a good setup for the Sharpshooter, they'll get easy kills with this.
Wish. Waiting last second.
Taraska Nagasa.
In position. They just don't have damage to. They don't have damage to deal with in Snagasarn, and still they get the top tower. Outpost being taken as well.
How close is Skylark as well to his Aghanims? Just about 300 gold until he's got that completed.
Okay, so maybe they're gonna wait for
Aidas Aghanimits კარგი არის ილუზიების წინააღმდეგ.
Early on. But are they gonna be too far behind at that point?
Yeah, 8k gold lead at the moment for Entity. Early moments as well, just 20 minutes in.
And yeah, still having the stolen Sharpshooter. Fishman, he also has a mech, so yeah, limited damage. It does feel like on the side of MonaspA, and now even more so with the mech on top. And they're even still setting up. I mean, they placed the same ward that they placed earlier, and it's still not dewarded. So they've just had full control of the MonaspA jungle, kind of the entire game here. That's the first Ags. Nande, he's about to have his finished up as well too, and let's see if they are going to look to make a move with that. Maybe wait for the Aegis to expire also. But will it be enough for them to be able to fight back versus this Pango? As I was saying before, problem with this Pango also is the last big Pango, and when you look at the heroes on MonaspA, no one really wants to build early BKB. So this Rolling Thunder, it's going to connect every single time onto everyone. Like, this BKB timing is going to come super late from someone like Nande, and same thing for the Tiny. So yeah, roll is going to always be super disruptive. Yeah, Entity playing fast. Keeping lanes shoved in, either from Helm of the Overlord, or from those illusions, and then sweeping across the map to look for any of these MonaspA heroes.
Won't catch them this time.
And I believe, yeah, Nande. He's got Ags. Doesn't have the 15 talent just yet, but he's got level 2 Morph. Let's see if they do look to fight. So they have, as we mentioned, Ags on Tide. They're about to have Ags Morphling. He's about to have talent. Could this be something that lets them fight versus this Pango? It still feels difficult, but they do probably want to use some type of timing here because they're getting out farmed, getting outscaled.
Yeah, Watson's just getting absolutely huge. He's sort of a full item ahead.
And he knows what to build too. He's already got the Lincolns pretty much, I mean, getting close to being finished. So he's going to be able to counter that Aghanims of the Morphling in a lot of situations if they don't break it initially. So okay, they are smoking. He's got the talent. They've got all the stuff that we were talking about, but no BKB. So do have to watch out for this Pango. They need to find Stormstormer.
Yeah, they can't afford for this move to go wrong.
No.
MonaspA.
Okay,
they've got to make this work.
Mirana არ უნდა გატეხოს smoke.
They really have to find Stormstormer.
Entity, they're playing so careful.
Yeah, they know this movement's coming. They see the way that the lane positioning is. The bottom tower is just getting knocked on for free.
And we'll be able to find anything MonaspA for now. Entity, a step ahead of them.
Great reads all game. First 23 minutes looking super smooth. Yeah, bottom tower is cutting the wave. The Black Dragon is going to continue applying pressure onto this tier 2. They've got to address it. Wish. He's getting closer and closer toward BKB, but Courier will die to the dragon. He actually just walks it right through. And yeah, every minute that passes by, it's like an extra 1,000 gold or something like that.
They're getting richer and richer on Entity.
And there's the Lincolns, so he's got that counter versus the Morph. The Ags Morph, that is.
And Watson. He's going to just be able to walk in onto Skylark. They've got the follow Rolling Thunder back into the arrow. as they'll just lock down the tide here. Skylark, he's got nothing to do.
They just eat the tombstone as well, too. They're just chasing forward.
So if they can dive in for anything more here, Toby. There was Spartan and Desire back up to the base.
But they get a tier 2 out of it. They do not care about this tide anymore. He is not tanky.
Not the sort of strong frontliner anymore that MonaspA
want to
rely on.
And he's in no position to really go for a Ravage because it's just a Pango rolling on him and some bunch of illusions and stuff like that hitting him. And he could just get stolen immediately, as we've seen Katomi already get it once. It's like MonaspA, it's like they need time, it feels like, but time, yeah, just not in their favor whatsoever, especially with Watson just full control.
No, I mean, the only one on their team farming is Nande. Everybody else is falling behind. As meanwhile, over on Entity side of things, Stormer and Toby in great spots. They're getting their farm and yeah, their big items around the corner. Toby's nearly got his AC.
Damn.
Still half the recipe away.
Look at that GPM, 700 in comparison to the 570 of the Morph. I mean, Watson has literally just gotten to play PvE.
Rato Nanagas იმას ხო უმკლავდება. მაგის პასივი ხო ბლოკავს damage-ს. просто პანგო აკეთებს ძალიან დიდ damage-ს.
Obviously a significant difference in the amount of CS that Watson's been able to clean up in comparison to Nande this game. Of course, he is an Argosaurus, so it's, you know, it's going to be easy in that regard, but still it's definitely exaggerated by the fact that his team has just set up the map in a way that MonaspA's never really been able to get towards it.
They literally never found the Naga. Like, Wish just never found him. Roche, 40 seconds. Yeah, we see that win probability 82%. Yeah, and it's definitely feeling that way.
ცოტა გადამეტებული ხო არა 82%.
Is going to be done now for Toby. Stormer also getting closer and closer toward his Aghanims. Things are just feeling more and more difficult. I don't know how Nande's going to do this on his own.
It's just so hard for MonaspA to sort of step away from the safety of their towers.
And Roshet's about to come up, and it's going to die so fast. The AC aura, all that armor reduction that's going to come out from Riptide as well as the Pango too, it's going to die in seconds.
They could just go straight in without a sort of care in the world here, Entity.
Let's see how long it takes. What was it, like 8 seconds, 9 seconds, something like that? Incredibly fast. And now, need the A, just doesn't matter. He's going to take it. Who'd they end up giving that shard to?
I think they gave it to the Lycan.
They gave it to the Lycan. I like that.
Extra
honestly.
pressure.
Yep.
Oh. Watson, he's looking to lead in and start the fight himself now.
Wish actually jumps in.
He's jumped in with the combo.
Do they have the burst?
They don't have anywhere close to the damage needed for Stormer. Stormer only take about half. He tries to TP out, but with Watson on top of him and all the illusions, there's not a chance of escape. 2 dead on MonaspA.
They can't do anything.
This game really feels like they can't. Entity too far ahead, and this Naga Siren Watson completely out of control already.
400 last hits at 27 minutes, and yeah, there's the Axe Pango also. They have full control. There's nothing. Yeah, it's literally a whole game is on Nande, and it's not an easy game for this Morphling with what he's up against. He's even getting out farmed now from the Lycan. He's got no space. They're gonna be trapped in their base. And oh, a DD spawns top also. Another fortunate thing for Entity.
Skylark has managed to find his blink, so some sort of way of starting off the fights, which they are going to need when it comes to these high ground defenses. You know, Entity surely close to being at the point where they want to try and push high ground.
But they just can't even, they attempt to go for the burst onto the Pango this time around, but Stormstormer's just too farmed at this point.
They're going out for another smoke.
Feels like a desperate one.
It really does.
Level 18 on the Morph.
აი, აბა ნახოთ ამ smoke-ში ასიზავე. ერთი ნორმალური ვეჯი არ მინახია მე. Skadi დაამთავრა მორფამ. Skadიც არა აქვს.
Top lane's pushing in, bottom wave's pushing in, mid also from the Wolf. All sticking together. Spartan walking up recklessly into the high ground.
Well, he'll die for that. They're going in with the attempted ravage, but indeed Stormstormer is
Right,
able to
Miri.
avoid it, and now he's ready to fight
Miri.
back. Wish pops the BKB, but cannot stand his ground against the Nagasara, and Skylark trying to escape. The stun comes in once again from Stormstormer. Watson turns his attention over towards Nande, catches him in the route. See Nande, he'll turn into the Pangolier. Watson with the song, buying time for the backup of Fishman to come in off that buyback, and the song into the arrow, catches Nande. He's out of the game. As 20k lead, Entity just continue to crush every moment of this one.
That could just be it. I mean, this felt like it was the desperate move for them. They don't find anything, and Stormstormer, yeah, a well-deserved tip. He is part of 20 of the 22 kills. He has done everything for them, it feels like.
He really
Antsudi smoke იყო რა. ტიპებს როშანი აქვთ. ამას გიგებენ და მაინც მიდიხარ და იმათ ჯანგლში ჩხუბობ.
And it gets in as that last pick.
I mean, Quinn said it, right? Wish doesn't. It seems like Wish just doesn't play it. He wanted to go for his tiny. He wasn't able to find much success with his rotations. Yeah, and it's been the Stormstormer show.
ეს მინიმუმ -1 მიდლეინი არის და მეგონი მეორესაც გაიტანენ.
Yeah, that.
Oh, ясно.
That feels like it.
Of course, this does mean what the
next game.
Next game, it absolutely counts for something now. If this does end up with Entity taking this one, you know, that's them potentially beating MonaspA. MonaspA, of course, they beat Nigma. So the Nigma, they will have a chance to go up against Entity. Entity will be going to another round of the tiebreakers, but of course Entity looking very good in this game too, honestly. Coming in, we're game to the tiebreakers series. If they can bring this level of performance against Nigma in the next game, the next best of one, it's going to be tough for Nigma.
Absolutely.
They're looking pretty on fire today here, Entity.
Honestly, all of them really are. Like, every single one of them has carried their weight this game. I mean, Watson hasn't really had to do too much as the Nagasaran, of course, but he's carried his weight in just finding all that farm, while Stormstormer's just applied so much pressure, and oh my god.
In the mid, Spartan's
gone.
And Stormstormer, he's looking to dive in for more.
Sure is. Wish.
He has to put the BKB.
Due
to the threat there of Stormstormer diving in on him.
Onto the racks, pushing the top wave. They have creeps entering in a second. This Rax will die in seconds. MonaspA, they do have that tier 2 bottom. Nande getting closer and closer to Scotty, but yeah, he just doesn't have the damage to deal with everything here. Yeah, they just didn't find anything on MonaspA to be able to connect with like their tide, their ravages and stuff like that. We saw just really the one, and it was actually the Katomi ravage that was just way better.
Full BKB on Nande.
Okay. He does feel his damage is still very limited with this. It's just more protection to deal with this mana burn and stuff like that from the Pango, but...
Yeah, and after being able to kind of do so much on the sniper last game to get that win against Nigma Galaxy, he's just not in a position to do the same as the Morphling this game.
And it's one of his most comfortable heroes.
Yeah.
He's just really struggled.
28k lead here, 32 minutes, an insane amount of net worth advantage here. Close to the 1k a minute. Very, very few teams come back from a spot like this.
Just still very much so, like kind of gushing over the way Stormstormer was able to play this game. Yeah, 22 out of 24 kill involvement. Everything has been because of this Pango, and I mean even Fishman too. 7-2-13. He's part of a lot of kills too. Full Hex, another answer for the Morphling. They're cruising at this point. An arrow even connects onto Wish. Can't quite commit onto it though. Entity being very careful. Even though it's in firm control, not wanting to risk literally anything.
Got to play it safe in these best of ones. You don't want to be the team that throws a 30k lead in a best of one.
At 30 minutes. 1k per minute.
You close this one down very safely.
Pretty difficult for them to throw it. I think they'd have to dive and die probably 2 to 3 times, something like that with everyone. As Stormstormer's in, Ravage.
It's going to come out here. I mean, Stormstormer is dead.
Once.
You see Toby, though, he's wrapping around from the back lines, and the buyback will come out from Stormstormer.
We got to go shot okay.
This final fight out potentially, and indeed not.
GG.
Still able to put the Manta, but the Hex is there. They're turning around and Fishman
გადარჩა
getting
მორფა.
use the leaps to get away, but Skylark will get taken out by Kataomi. Over to the side, telekinesis up on a wish, and Storm the Rolling Thunder's up.
ორი ბაიბექი.
Crashing into the Tiny, and now a blink up to the high ground and turns his attention over towards Spartan instead. Spartan goes down.
სამი ბაიბექი.
To slowly but surely fall as well.
Nande somehow barely gets away. Gets hexed and full controlled after that arrow, but will be able to sneak himself away. But yeah, now Skylark, Toby giving him the high five. Nande's TPing back in.
Okay, he wants to fight this.
რატო გადავიდა?
Take down the dinosaur.
But
it's
no,
just the
he's
two
in
of them left.
He's in an awkward
It's
spot.
just the two of them left. Skylark, he'll get taken down by Stormer. 4 dead on MonaspA. Entity, they've got the whole lineup up and ready to push. Nande trying to scramble desperately back towards the fountain, but it gets caught with the bash of the swashbuckle. What the pushback? He's holding back Entity, but not enough time to allow Nande to escape as Nande falls. Entity, they're onto the tier 4s. The buybacks are there for MonaspA. Nande coming back into the action, but the base getting taken down bit by bit here by Entity.
One last fight.
აი საპორტები მაინც მოტეხონ. აუ რა მოუვიდა ნანდეს.
GG well played is called. Entity will take this best of 1 against MonaspA, and very convincingly as well.
Said. Where is said?
Stop, but it certainly was a stop.
Stormer God this game. He really did everything, it felt like. Controlling every single one of the fights, just doing great with every single rotation.
მე მოვიგებდი ამ თამაშს. მე რო ყოფილიყავი უეჭველი მოვიგებდი.
They're setting up Watson to just have an absolutely free game on Nagasaran. Anthony, MonaspA.
ეგარი ნაგას არ უნდა მისცე.
Definitely a big risk, and it bites him in the ass.
It really does. This was a rough game indeed for MonaspA. So Entity taking this game does mean that with the next best of 1 between Entity and Nigma, and if Entity can get that win as well, they'll be staying in Division 1. But if Nigma can get that win, we could be going to another, well, we will be going to another round of tiebreakers if Nigma's able to take that best of 1. Honestly though, after this, I mean, what do you think? I imagine Nigma, they would have been watching this.
Yeah.
Into the next one, what are you making sure that Entity don't get, or that they're not able to do?
I mean,
what's their strengths here that they managed to kind of just blast away MonaspA with?
You definitely don't want to be leaving like pancakes.
კი, პანგო მოიგორა. უცო დაკასტავს საშინელებები ხდება მერე.
If they're playing versus like no BKB lineup, the Pango can just thrive. So at least that type of adjustment they want to be able to get rid of. But they got to just be careful because Entity, they definitely look like they're playing some really good stuff, and they break the loss streak.
They did.
They break the
as I
loss
said,
streak.
nobody wants a full page of kind of the red losses, and indeed after what you said, what 10 games?
10 game
loss streak.
Nigma უნდა მოუგოს ახლა Entity-ს.
As the tiebreakers continue to get even
გაუჭირდებათ.
more exciting, a lot riding on that next best of 1 as Entity, they take this best of 1 against MonaspA.
They do, and oh my, we are on our way to reset this tiebreaker. I got my lovely panel to help me talk about this one, because Kazu, you were the closest to the game time there.
Yeah, of course. To all of you guys. Actually, did you guess?
I didn't even guess. So my guess is 35 minutes.
მერე ისე თავიდან ხვდებიან ერთმანეთს.
Yeah. We love Fortnite Dota, where we play every 2 weeks. Isn't that right, Kazu?
Indeed.
Yes, I love spaces of time.
Wow.
All right, let's break down this game because we didn't have this.
აქ როგორ მოიპარა რევეჯტო. რევეჯს ვაკეთებ, ეგრევე მესამე უნდა გააკეთო.
Really just weren't able to get into the game at all. Entity slowly clawing a lead for themselves. This Naga looking fantastic, then being able to close out the game. More pleasant what you guys said. He wasn't unkillable, and they did have enough damage on the side of Entity.
Yeah, I mean, this Pango hero really just showed why this hero is like first phase, why it has 80%, like 80% with like whatever it is, 15, 20 games, like that's unheard of. That's ridiculous. That
the heroes often pick not last as in this game.
Yeah.
It's usually picked earlier, which shows even more like the strength. It just makes your draft so nice. You have damage, you have team fight, he can roam. He has usually also shows why. Well, first phase Morphling just isn't very prominent. It has a lot of issues in the game and like a lot of things it doesn't like, which is why you usually see it later in the game. But Entity, I feel like they did better than in some of their last drafts where they connected their draft. They started this draft with like some very open stuff where they very likely want to play the map, then they go with the Lycan, more run-in, and just look good.
Yeah. No, I mean I think it's very hard to close out. We're talking about how hard it is.
ამიმატონ რა არ უნდათ.
Like you just keep losing and you're like playing worse.
მე დავემატები მონასპას და თამაშს მოვაგებინებ. მან უკვე დადო ეს თამაში, საუბრ ბრატ.
Now they're getting sort of set up. I mean, Samel and GH, they've got pretty good kill potential. Kuroki here as well. They're going to get the setup here. Samel has got the follow-up stun. They're going to try and go for Wish. Cookie and Fakura, the two of them. So they've got the damage.
Which გვიანია ძალიან თორე სიამოვნებით. ეხა ერთ დღეს მოვწევ სიგარეტს და დავიძინებ. ცოტა ხანი YouTube-ზე რაღაცებს უყურებ და ხვალ შენც მუშაობ, მეც მუშაობ. ხვალ საღამოთი შევბეროთ. Which გვიანია ძალიან თორე ეხა
What do you require?
Sort of.
Give some more options, please.
Mothers hold babies in rocking chairs, which is fresh and young and I mean
the baby is not the mother.
But that's what it said. The chair itself is quite old.
all right, whatever. I'll give you the rocking chair. I'm not going to get into any more of an argument here.
რა ვნახოთ. ხვალ ვარსი შემოვარდება და ის გასტრიმავს. არა, რამე სხვა უნდა ჩავიწერო და ის უნდა ვითამაშო რა, თორე დოტა უკვე ყელშია. არა, მონასპას გამოჩავთ ეს სტრიმი უბრალოდ. მაგ თამაშს ცვეთში ვეღარ უყურებ, იმიტომ რომ ხვალ მუშაობ რა და მეძინება უკვე. წავედი boys. Bicho Apexi არ მაგრამ Valorant-ს ვფიქრობდი ერთი პერიოდი, მაგრამ აღარ მინდა ეს ონლაინ თამაშები რა.
პრეზიდენტს ლაბნე. პრეზიდენტი, როცა სიამოვნება მნიშვნელოვანია.
Counter ორს ვითამაშებდი სიამოვნებით. აი ძალიან ბავშვი რაღაცა არის რა. ეს PUBG დებილობა. დაჟე Valorant-ს დებილობა. Warface Warzone-აც კარგად ბიჭებო, კარგად. დალაიქეთ და გამოიწერეთ არხი. როგორც იუთუბერები იტყოდნენ, ლოლი მაგრად მეზისხება. ლოლი ყველაზე მაგრად მეზისხება. ეგეთ სტილი რა მევასება, მაგრამ რატომაც მუღამს ვეღარ უჭერ ამ ბოლო დროს. ავედი guys, აბა თქვენიც. ნახე რა გავაძრე.